What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast. French fries.
Koko nikosi alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
GhanaTalks Radio. GhanaTalks Radio. This is big.
Yes. More music.
GhanaTalks Radio. GhanaTalks Radio. This is big. This is big. We are GTR, GhanaTalks Radio.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. Good morning to you, lovely listeners of Ghana Talks Radio. You are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. This is the news headline review. We bring you all the relevant stories making waves in the news. And I am your host, Ruth Esinam Fiagbedu. Sitting right here in the studios with me is Miss Debbie Adoso and Miss Regina Bless, who will be diving into the major news items for this morning and be sharing their informed perspectives on issues right here on the show. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Debbie. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. The grace is sufficient.
Oh, we thank God. I can see you. You're on heat. Oh, don't worry. Should I increase it?
Yes.
The
cocoa is working.
The cocoa is working. Cocoa Kekose. Miss Regina, how are you doing? Oh, we thank God, we thank God, we thank God. Christmas is almost here. I can't wait to start hearing jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell. And I also there's the end to jingle bell. But some of us saying Yama boy head day. I'm on phone Tonyama. So you're not prepared for the Christmas.
Even last year that things were very expensive. People still celebrate Christmas. It's not only about you buying expensive stuff. The little you have, you still celebrate Christmas. So long as you have life, and then you see 1st January. Yes, that is it.
I see. But have you also noticed that the traffic has already started?
Oh yes.
Because now if you don't wake up early,
yes, you won't get a vehicle
unless you fly. So please make sure you leave the house early so you don't get yourself stuck in traffic. Right. Let's move on to the major news items we have this morning. Bandai election rerun. Minority leader accuses judge of obstructing appeal. The minority in parliament is raising serious concerns over what it calls a deliberate obstruction of the appeal process in the Bandai parliamentary election dispute. This follows the failure of the presiding judge, Justice Emmanuel Bat Brew, of the Tamale High Court to release the full written judgments that announced the 2024 results and ordered a fresh election. According to Minority Leader Alexander Afenyomakin, the judge had openly promised in court to deliver the detailed ruling on Friday, but the deadline passed without explanation. The minority issued a statement on Monday describing the delay as an impediment to justice. The written judgment is crucial for former MP Martin Nyanda, who has already filed a notice of appeal and a stay of execution. Without the certified ruling, however, he cannot effectively challenge the decision at the Court of Appeal. Last week, Justice Brew nullified the entire Bandai parliamentary poll and ordered a rerun within 30 days. The ruling immediately raised eyebrows because the petition before the court challenged results from only 41 polling stations, yet the court cancelled all 152. The minority says the situation has now escalated, with the judge failing to respond to two formal requests filed by MP Matthew legal team on November 24th and 28th. Afenyomakin insists that delay is crippling the judicial process, arguing that the Electoral Commission cannot take meaningful action on the 30-day directive, and the public cannot understand the legal reasoning behind voiding an entire constituency election. He warns that the development undermines transparency, due process, and the credibility of the judiciary, particularly because the ruling affects the composition of Parliament and effectively removes a sitting MP without providing the constitutional justification. The minority is urging Justice Brew to immediately release the full judgment and address the outstanding application, stressing that democratic governance cannot operate on unexplained directive. So this is the concern that the minority have raised with regards to the Bandai rerun election, of which the judgment that was given was to conduct a rerun election in 30 days. But minority says 30 days directive won't be possible to, bring up an appropriate results. So this is it. They are calling for an explanation as to why he didn't get back to them. Miss Regina, what can you say to this story, please?
Okay, so the little I can say in regards to this is for them to make sure that everything is, should I say, free and fair, or everything comes to an understanding. Because when I read deep into the story, I was like, well, there be more issues. But looking at the Pandai seat, I think that they need to make sure that they follow the proceedings. They need to make sure that they follow all the rules given, and also they need to make sure that everyone comes to an understanding. Because when it comes to politics, I always say politics is a dirty game, and when it comes to a particular seat, anyone can, sorry to use this language, anyone can kill for that seat. So they need to make sure that everyone is at peace with each other, everyone comes to an agreement. As a can I say, the Mencia issue that happened yesterday, Asante also to making sure that the mediation was a success and all that, but still there was a misunderstanding. So they need to make sure that everyone comes to a conclusion.
A conclusion. Yeah. But do you think that the judgment was fair as to calling off all the 152 constituency, and instead of just focusing on the 41 polling stations that had issues?
When the December election, some constituencies were having the same issues. I think Ablekuma rerun election.
Yes.
Almost say, I don't really want to give a figure, but let's say 100. They were saying that 100 constituency, out of that 100, 90% of it or 60% of it, they were able to collate the result and say, these people, this is the exact result they had. But when they went to court, they had to rerun it again, and the MPP were not happy with it. So if this is the same case we are looking at, I don't understand. for everything to be free and fair, you need to conduct everything again. When we take President Mahama and Nana Ado's Bawumia's election, for example, if there was a fault somewhere, we would have to conduct the elections again. You to me can say, oh, this part of it was okay, this part of it wasn't okay. They were okay, to focus on those who were not okay. It's all about free elections. It's all about transparency, and it's all about taking the mindset of elections rigging. Yeah. So I personally, I think I'm okay with the court ruling and.
Miss Debbie, are you also okay for them to call off all the 152 instead of just doing a rerun for just the 41 polling station as mentioned?
No, they cannot just conduct a rerun in 41 police stations, leaving the other police stations. It has to be with all the police stations where the election went on in Pandai.
Even if they were not affected?
Even if they were not affected.
You think it's appropriate for them to just do a rerun?
They have to do a rerun in all those police stations.
But don't you think that is a waste of resources?
It has already happened, and if we have someone to blame, we should be blaming the EC. Yes.
EC.
Yes, we have to. And then who do we blame? They have to ensure that all these things were catered for. Because if these things were catered for, we wouldn't be here discussing about this. Because these were irregularities that happened during last year's election. They should be sorted out long time. Not when we are in 2025. New members of parliament that have been elected since last year have started with whatever they are doing to bring progress in their constituency, and they're looking at what is happening. They are just distorting what the member of parliament is supposed to do or what he has started doing.
Right. Because
now, if he's doing something, it has to come to a halt, so they can clear this thing off. Whether it is Nindam that is supposed to take off the seat or Daniel from the NDC that needs to take up that seat. So in a way, it will affect the constituency. But as I said, if we have someone to blame, it should be the EC. And then with the MPP also taking this whole issue, I feel like their fear is the NDC will take, when they rerun the whole polls, the NDC is going to win. And that is a I wouldn't say it's 50-50, it's 99 out of 1.
What makes you think so?
They might win. It's not something that is it's hard to.
There's a clemency because the NDC is already in power. That is why you think there's a probability.
It's not because the NDC is still in power. You know, when you are taking a step and you have this kind of boldness that you are going to have it, you will have it. I don't know why the NDC is taking this issue so seriously, but looking at how serious it is, it should tell you that they know fully well that they've won that seat and it was given to someone. So conducting this whole thing will be very good. That is when we will get to know that it is the NDC who truly won that seat, or it is the MPP. All that we are looking for is that if this election will be rerun, then there should be fairness and transparency.
There should be fairness and transparency. But do you think this particular delay actually violates the constitutional rights of these people?
Violate the constitutional rights?
Yeah, of these people. Because it looked like the judge was actually supposed to give a verdict, but he delayed, and he has not even come out to even explain why.
So why don't you take your time and wait for the judge, right?
Yeah,
to give you its final verdict. You know, this incidents like this has to go through a lot of findings, a lot of proceedings. I'm sure the judge is putting his staffs together. He wouldn't just, because if the judge should come around and declare a final verdict on something that doesn't go well with this party, they are going to stand against it. When it doesn't go well with another party, they will stand against you. Mind you, the MPP has already started making claims that the court is in favor of the NDC. Because even before they went to court, the NDC were jubilating, singing song of victory, like as if they already didn't know what is happening. So in a way, the MPP is alleging that the NDC are collaborating with the court to rule in their favor. So the judge has to take his or her time, and then ensure that whatever he's bringing out is going to favor these two parties, and it's not going to cause chaos and make one party feels like you're on the side of this person, and then make the other party feel like you didn't rule in my favor. So I think we should just give the judge a time. It wouldn't take so long.
Right. Moving on, this actually has to do with WASSCE results and then all of that. So, massive 2025 WASSCE failure signals deep secondary education crisis. So, the Center for Education Policy and Management says Ghana is facing a major secondary education crisis after the 2025 WASSCE results recorded a sharp nationwide decline. A comparative review shows that nearly 250,000 fewer students achieved the A1 to C6 passes required for tertiary admission in the 4 core subjects. According to CEPM, core mathematics recorded the biggest drop, with passes falling from 305,132 in the 2024 to 209,668 in 2025, meaning more than half of candidates could not gain university qualifying grades. Social studies, English language, and integrated science also saw significant declines. The think tank attributes the fall to poor management within free SHS system, citing the suspension of academic intervention grants, delays in funding, inadequate teaching materials, and weak teacher capacity building. CEPM also noted rising exam malpractices, with thousands of scripts cancelled and several individuals facing prosecution. It warns that the results represent 250,000 restricted futures and could damage Ghana's human capital development if urgent reforms are not implemented. CEPM is calling for a dedicated funding stream for quality improvement, timely release of school funds, and accelerated completion of education infrastructure. Ms. Eugenia, what do you think this problem is actually stemming from? Looking at the massive failure we just recorded in the WASSCE.
When I saw this issue, one thing that came in mind was free SHS. But free SHS is a good thing. But looking at the free SHS, I'm a product of free SHS, but just that my uncle free SHS maybe I opted for a private school. So looking at the free SHS, I would say it gave most students the opportunity, should I say, not to learn. Yeah, let me put it that way. It made the students undisciplined, not serious, and all that, from my point of view. Now, looking at the WASSCE results, I don't want to blame the WASSCE results on the teachers. We can't blame it on the Ghana Education Service. We also can't blame it on should I use equipment also, for example,
learning materials,
because parents are supposed to provide learning materials and the school also has to provide learning materials. But most of the time, some schools don't provide learning materials. They make sure, say, our fund will do that themselves. Okay. Now, teacher about class. Yesterday, Debbie was saying something. Say, in her school, especially the math teacher, when he comes and he teaches something, he would be like, consult your colleagues, and at the end of the day, if you understand or not, you know, when it comes to government school, I don't know if it's a peculiar thing with government schools, but especially the teachers, sorry to say this, they are not really serious when it comes to the students. But compared to the private schools, a teacher would be on your neck to make sure that you learn this thing. If you don't understand, he would find other illustrations to make sure that side illustration what trauma what you say. And secondly, government schools, if they teach you A, that is it. let's say 1 plus 1 will give you 2. That is it. They wouldn't teach you the other alternatives. Say, oh, let's say 0 plus 1 will give you what? 2 plus 2 will give you 4. They will not teach you the other alternative. 1 plus 3 will give you 4. The students are only stuck with one thing that the teacher is teaching them. So when even they go to examination hall and they twist the question a bit, that is it. They'll tell you, oh, sir, you didn't teach us this. But it is the same thing that he taught or she taught that has been twisted. And also to the Ghana Education Service. I don't know how to blame the Ghana Education Service because they are the ones who bring out the syllables. I don't know if it's the Education Service or the Ministry of Education. But all I know is they are the ones who brings out the syllables for these students to follow. And also to the teachers. The teachers should make sure that they teach these students all the illustrations and all the alternatives. And to the students themselves, you can't blame a teacher 100% for the failure of a student. You can't do that. Let's take the WASI for example. After writing WASI or during the preparations of WASI, sometimes the teachers do not even come to class to teach again because they'll be like, since SS1 to this 3rd year that I've been teaching you each and every day, we better was enough in a Mr. class and then I'm a better. So they sometimes give these students past questions. Oh, check this past question, see how the question was twisted, learn it. So that will cut to the same thing and you would know how to maneuver your ways around it. When this thing happened, I saw a lot of people blaming teachers, blaming the government. And I was like, is it the government who would come to you, open your head and put the book inside? And just, was it within this week or last week, the Minister of Education was talking about how some of these students were using the government's laptop to watch pornographic materials. Laptop was a tablet, they are using it to watch pornographic materials. For what exactly? And to my failure.
Miss Debbie, how bad is this? About 250,000. Yeah, 250,000.
It's very alarming.
Won't qualify to
very alarming.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that is lacking in our education system has to do with critical thinking. They don't teach that. So our system is made in such a way that if a teacher tells you that what is science, and maybe science is this, that and that, the student is being made to learn exactly that, chew what I've given you, like the exact thing, and write for me. But when I was in JHS, there was this science teacher that taught me, Sir Christopher. When he gives you a definition for a statement, he wants you to explain it in your own words. Don't write what he has given you. So understand what he's saying, and then in your own words, craft your own definition for it. And he was one of the teachers that when he's teaching a class about 40 plus, when you bring your work and then you copy from Regina, he will detect. He will know, and then he'll bring it and ask you who copied from whom. And he's that kind of teacher that when you're coming to his class, you need to learn. You cannot come to his class with even also or timetable, so like your heart is beaten. And his biological sister was in a class. What he was doing to her, you ask yourself, if he's able to do this to her biological sister, so you have to learn. And I'll be sincere to you, when we wrote, no one failed his subjects. No one failed. You can't fail because the way he is, at that time we felt like he was so mean. We felt he was wicked. We felt he didn't like us as students because we have other teachers who wouldn't pressure you that much. And he's that kind of teacher that when he gives you homework, he pays critical attention to even the spelling of the words. One mistake -1. Yes, one mistake. So like we are so conscious of what we are writing, and that was the kind of training he was giving us per his subject. So you will notice that anytime it is his class, Oti Sir Christopher, and the way he says his question, he will tell you understanding the question is part of the answer.
Yeah.
If you don't understand the question,
how will you answer?
And that is why sometimes you see certain things online, you read the heading, you don't even understand it, and then in your own knowledge you give a different meaning to it,
then
or
you've deviated.
So if you don't understand the question, there is no way you can answer it. And sometimes the same thing he taught us, he will twist it in a way. Question best 5 times can I want to see. So I feel like critical thinking is something that they should teach the students. Teach them how to set questions for yourself. Sometimes as students, after you are done learning, you set questions for yourself. You answer. You teach them all these things like mental. Sometimes we feel like it's sort of punishment, but eboa, you can just sit at a place unknowingly and somebody will can you help me with this? In your mind, you just calculate something and then you give the person an answer. That is how it is. You train the brain to become what you want it to be. Whatever you feed the brain with, that is what it produces. So we are being taught that chill, whatever you see, write it. And we have some teachers that will tell you that the exact thing I've given you is the exact thing you should write for me. But some teachers wouldn't do that. So I feel like, you see, when it has to do with this failure we are seeing now, it started way back. Yes, but
so wouldn't blame it entirely on free SHS.
It started way back. But
you think, but way back we've seen results, and at least they were a bit encouraging. But it looks like this particular year's results are not.
It started way back, but with the free SHS, one thing that I've noticed is that, I've seen a lot of people saying during the other time, people were being allowed to copy blah 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 and all that. And even before they start this last year, I don't know whether you remember, WAEC brought out a directive that when they catch you copying or even invigilator, you will be taken on. And then this year I was told that WAEC actually sent their own invigilators to all the centers. Their personal invigilators to all the centers, aside teachers who volunteer themselves to also invigilate. And some teachers were arrested. They were not given that go ahead to copy. And I will say that, you see, this issue, when you are blaming it, you don't blame it on one person. Blame it on all of them because
there are stakeholders involved.
Yes, we have schools who actually encourage students to copy. Some schools will tell you that some schools are centers. We have schools that are center. They don't go to other schools to write. They write in their own schools. And so their head teacher will make sure that you can't be a center and then you fail.
You fail.
Hey, you are supposed to hold a E. What are you saying? So sometimes these head teachers collaborate with these invigilators and then they teach their students. So even if other schools will fail, not this school, you can't fail. And then we have some schools, I like their motto. I'm not saying they engage in examination malpractice, like Ideal College. How can you fail?
You dare not fail.
You can't fail. So some schools, like, you can't fail. But what we are saying is that this is a very serious issue that needs to be taken, with all seriousness. Because Ghana system of education is made in a way that when you fail maths, you have to go back.
Even if the subject you are going to read doesn't have anything to do with maths, so long as you failed maths, you can't go into the tertiary level. Either you go back and then you repeat yourself in JSS2 and then you write, or you go to write NOVDEC. And this is very bad. I think they should even do something about it. And because if maths should be the only course that will bring, I think it has to do with all the core subjects.
No,
it has to do with all the core subjects.
When you fail social studies, it will be replaced with science. When you fail science, it will be replaced with social studies. Even English, you get C6. Even some schools will take D7, depending the course you want to read. But maths, you try and get C6. When you get D, E, F, Where will
Okay, so
you have to go and write of deck?
Well, I know for some schools when you get D7 in mathematics, they don't give you the degree instantly. Some of them have diploma courses, so they'll allow you to do the diploma course, and then right after the diploma course, they will encourage you to do a top up. You do the top up, and then you get your degree. So that's what most of the schools also do. But mass not there.
Some schools don't do that. Well, some health sectors especially, they will admit you, but once you are in school, you have to be writing of deck. When you don't get the maths, you won't graduate. Yes, you're supposed to get the maths. So I think they should look into it. If somebody is going to, I remember my first year at the university, when I went to check the timetable, maths bomb, I say massive biome. But I called my dad. I wanted to cry. Yes, level 100. I wanted to cry.
I did basic statistics.
And I was asking my dad that why maths, any journalism, no, and then collaboration there. And my dad was like, have you forgotten we have business news? We have things about the economy and stuff. So you still need these basic stuffs in mathematics.
Yeah. So for the maths, you can't escape it.
You can't escape it.
Yes, everywhere. So this is coming from GES. 2025 WASI results reflect true student performance. So the Ghana Education Service says the 2025 WASI results are an accurate reflection of students' actual performance, dismissing claims that the decline was caused by mismanagement. According to GES, this year's tighter supervision, stronger invigilation, and strict anti-malpractice protocols expose widespread cheating attempts, leading to thousands of cancellation. GES reports that 6,295 candidates had their results cancelled for bringing prohibited materials into the exams halls, while 1,066 candidates still have withheld results pending investigation for suspected offences. The service insists these actions were necessary to protect the credibility of the exams. Responding to comments by former Education Minister Dr. Yao Osei Educhum, who attributed a poor performance to alleged management lapses, GES urged the public to disregard what it described as attempt to deflate blame. The service also clarified that teachers' allowances had been cancelled and that the Controller and Accountant General had already addressed the delays. GES maintains that the strengthened oversight ensured this year's results were honest, credible, and reflective of students' real ability. It reminded candidates that Ghana will fully join the international version of WASI in May-June 2026, urging them to prepare thoroughly as integrity standards will remain uncompromised. GES reaffirmed its commitment to working with stakeholders to enhance teaching, learning, and examination credibility across the country. So this is coming from GES, and it says that this particular WASI results actually reflect the true students' performance. That should tell you that for this particular year they were very, very strict. So that should tell you that they were not considerate. Hey, and work out.
They were not. The most serious aspect is when they indicate that there is a group of students or this particular school is involved in a poor or there are speculations.
Yes,
they will retell the results. They are going to mark that particular script with iron hands, and if you don't pray, I remember a time they retelled our French paper. I mean, the French, they don't retell then what I get to use it for, but in a way along the line they release it for us, and then we all passed. I don't know why they did that though, but so sometimes when they have speculations about maybe this center, there have been multiple malpractices. They either withheld your results.
They target those particular schools.
They target those particular schools very well, and I think the students should be told the truth. See, advise you learn.
Seriously.
Learn, no.
Seriously.
Learn. If you learn, you are prepared, and you go and somebody brings you something. Add it. If you go and it doesn't come, what you learn, there is no way to fail you.
Yeah.
2 or 3 will appear on their paper, and you won't fail. Often cry there will be 2, B3. You are good you are good to go. What failure C6. But if you rely on was so much say. Say any question I'm more I could do that one number.
You can even imagine when the airport even comes and then you don't even understand what is there. Like, what will you do? Right.
So they should learn. And then I don't know, but those times we have some paper they call a contour.
Is it mock?
Yeah. They'll bring out questions as
yeah.
B, C.
Yeah, you write like 8
before
you
and
write
then they'll mark it on that particular standard. Then you look at your grade and you work towards it. You should improve those things and school
right. Miss Regina, what do you make of the comment made by Dr. Educhum, who attributed the poor performance to alleged management lapses?
Management lapses. From who?
Management lapses. So he urged that the public to disregard. Okay, so he says management lapses. So it could be the school, it could be GES, or one particular body not playing its part well.
Okay. So I believe they had ample time to study. You know, one thing about students, on they wouldn't take that 3 years very serious. Until they
that's very true.
1 month to watch.
Then 1 month in Podesa, 1 week, 3 days. Then I don't know if they think it's magic. They'll be rushing through the pages and. I'll be asking myself. So are we? Sometimes I ask myself that question. Am I expecting that all these things Rebecca 3 years now? 3 days is 1 week. I feel Rebecca. So I would say they had ample time to prepare. 3 years to prepare for the WASI, and for them, see, me Mecca say the whole of your friend is saying. The beginning of this WASI thing, they should even how they should award WASI in a space of one week, and we still passed
1 week.
Yes, Nanado. We wrote exam. We wrote COVID. We wrote a WASI from Monday to Friday.
Continue.
Monday you wrote science and something. Tuesday we wrote.
So 2 papers a day. That was so. That was so tedious.
I know.
Very. So what? When I was writing, then I was like, but I learned that they start preparing
1 month. Like
April, you start practical somewhere.
You can have paper on Monday. And then the next, unless they make the next week
or 2 weeks
before you write another paper.
Everything within 1 week.
Oh, then they were very unfair to you guys.
And I was like, hey, COVID at Daruma. We are writing this paper. And see, I was doubting myself, but God being so good, when it came, I passed. And I was like, oh, that's a nice thing. And also, I wouldn't blame any management, because as a student, you need to be prepared at all times. Looking at what Educhum is saying, I think he's saying that because he was once the Minister of Education. That is why he's saying that. But let's be honest and let's be fair here. Now, Ghana Education Service, if they didn't put that directives in place to make sure that all those small practices are kept, like all these people who failed, they would pass. Because when I wrote my WASI, because it's a private school, once the teachers see their questions, they take one away. They go to print. Please, no one should come for me. They go to print it and bring their photocopies. So me a intimate now you're the babeto now and as the B was saying, sometimes these people, if they know that more practices went on, they mark with strict hands. So as a smart student, what's the best thing for you to do? You just glance through the answers that were brought to you and add your own intelligence to it.
It shouldn't even be the case that they even print and then bring the papers to. Oh, that's very bad.
It's bad. But you know, I don't know if you did it by private schools. Okocho was Yambeka said, oh, this is the amount we are paying to support the invigilators.
Those schools should be taking on.
No,
yes.
Don't say that so that don't come for me.
Those schools should be taking on.
But as you are saying, they should be taking on.
Oh yes, because
encouraging more.
You are weakening the brains of these. Yeah. That is why they feel so relaxed.
Yes.
When
because
they get,
I know that at the end of the day,
manna will come from heaven.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very bad. Very
it's
bad.
better you learn,
Yeah. as Miss Debbie said, to save yourself from drama and from chaos.
For the sake of your parents.
Yes, it's better you learn, because I remember the Sunday before Monday, right, there was Apo Kim. Science Apo Kim. So I was so much concentrated on the science Apo. I got there, nothing. Now I was looking at the paper, I was like, hey, what am I come to write?
Of course, you asked yourself.
So when we came out, information reaching me was the other classes had Apo, and I was like, oh, I failed. And I knew the epidemic, I failed science.
And when it came out,
I failed science.
Oh, sorry. So next time, you just learn. There's not even going to be a next time. But my advice to those out there.
They should ask themselves, how do you feel when you learn and then you go and it comes and you write it?
And you write the
30
exam.
seconds, you are done and you are out.
Like,
how do you feel?
You don't even feel nervous anymore.
Yes, you go with confidence.
Yeah, you don't feel nervous anymore.
And then you just sit and be smiling, looking at people going, running up and down. Hey, won't you see under the table, under ties, and show me.
Yeah, for months too, it came up, came. But the Holy Spirit told me this will come, so read it.
Hey,
hello, sure. You know, when I went to see the same exact thing, within 1 hour I was done.
Look at that. You
I
actually learned to, and within 1 hour you were done. Then you go somewhere.
It's
better. It's better. I think that is better. Sure. That is your strength. Now you did it yourself.
People are getting F.
I'm just praying not to get D.
Oh. So please learn, okay? Learn. Because you don't. This is how Jesus Christ will come with false rapture. What's yes, now who do exam paper no? Who do they?
And I think the students should also put that aside. Chew and pour.
Yeah, the chew and pour.
That is, you should read to understand.
The chew and pour.
And they should believe in themselves and relax.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you go in there question about who popo, you end up mixing it.
Yeah.
So
the chew and pour, let's put. I've been in a situation where I didn't learn, but how I understood what the teacher explained it. That was what I wrote, and the teacher came out to say that some of us, the way we wrote the exams, he was actually happy with this because we didn't give him dito. Just get some few keywords in the definition, and then you are good to go.
And they should also obey instructions. And not those times they'll give you the paper, they'll tell you to read the inscription. You know, before you open the answer booklet, there is an inscription. You don't write somewhere. That place is for the invigilators where they'll
don't write in the margin.
In the margin, yes, you don't.
When I examine not the question mark, I said don't write in the margin. So listen to instruction and then learn it.
And answer the question you know best. First.
Right. Don't worry, we'll look for a day and then Miss W will give you all the tips. Thank you so much for joining us on the news headline review. Up next, we have Today in History with Miss Regina Bless.
Today in history, the Luasian Civil War officially ended, with the Pathan Loa Communist Forces seizing power, abolishing the monarchy and establishing the Lua People's Democratic Republic. This date marks a significant historical event related to the end of the conflict itself. 1856 Battle of Indonda Kusuka. The decisive clash known as the Battle of Indonda Kusuka, also called the Battle of Tugula, occurred between the rival factions of the Zulu people, forces of Sichweyo versus those of his half-brother, Imbuzazi. Victory at this battle crushed Imbuzazi's faction and eliminated his claim to succession. The aftermath was horrific, with estimates of over 20,000 killed, including non-Kubathans, transforming the Tugula River Valley into a place of bones. The outcome paved the way for Sichwayo to eventually become the ruler of the Zulu kingdom and a turning point in Zulu and South African history. To some observers, International Day for the Abolition of Slavery, established by the United Nations in 1986, This day draws attention to modern-day slavery, human trafficking, forced labor, child exploitation, and forced marriage and other related abuses. World Computer Literacy Day, first launched by the training company NIIT in 2001. This day aims to promote computer literacy and encourage digital skills development globally, especially for children and women in undeserved communities. Lastly, World Nuclear Energy Day, observed annually on this day, celebrates the role of nuclear energy in society, marking the anniversary of the first self-sustaining nuclear chain reaction in 1942, and underlines the contributions of nuclear energy to clean, reliable power and scientific advancements. And that's all for today on Today in History and some observances, live on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina Bless, for Today in History and some observances of the day. Miss Debbie, are you ready for us? Debbie's Grill.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear or favor. The Ministry of Health yesterday made a revelation where he said that 3 new regional hospitals will be built, and these hospitals will not be situated in Greater Accra. That has to do with a part being built in the Oti region, and then we also have one in the Savannah region, and then another one in the Eastern region. So speaking during a debate on the budget, Mr. Kandor, also the National Democratic Congress and Member of Parliament for Joaboso, said the initiative formed part of a broader plan to ensure that every region without a regional hospital would have one. So we know that this is very common. We have a lot of people or patients being referred from other regions straight to Accra, from North, Volta, Eastern, all the way to Accra. And I remember those times, one of the hospitals that was so common, if you want to hear health professionals talking, has to do with Kolebu. If you hear a health professional talking and then they want to transfer a patient, they'll tell you should go to Kolebu. So Kolebu became a household name where every patient is being transferred to, especially when the issue is so critical that it cannot handle it. And then they transfer the person all the way from whether you're from the northern region, the Volta region, wherever you find yourself, straight to Accra. And sometimes they don't even get to Accra. The patients end up dying on the way even before getting to the set destination. And so with this new 3 hospitals that they are going to build in the Oti, the Savannah region, it is really going to help, and I think the government should be commended for it. If only it wouldn't be a 9-day wonder. This project will actually be starting next year. We know how crucial our health is, and how important it is to also have a health sector, not just a health sector, a resourced health sector. And I also believe that creating new regions is not just for fun. We create new regions because we want development in those regions. First, we do have 10 regions, and there have been additional 6 regions added to it. I remember those times when you find yourself in the Volta region to the Oti region, and that's all that part. If you are sick and then there is the hospital closer to you is not able to give you that needed treatment, they will transfer you to Trafalgar in Ho. And then if Trafalgar is not able to give you that needed treatment, they transfer you all the way to Accra. and then the place they will direct you as to do it, Kolebu Teaching Hospital. So this should tell us how important it is to have at least a regional hospital. That wouldn't be bad. And I'm just hoping that this hospital will not only be built in the Savannah or T region, but it will also expand to other regions. As I said, these new regions are not just created for fun, but they are created because we want those regions to also develop and compete with other regions. Imagine all these regions we have are well developed. Every office we have here in Accra has its subordinate offices in all the remaining regions. We wouldn't have a lot of people coming in here, and this place wouldn't be so congested. And when we have this region doing so well like Accra, you have people all over working. You will not even feel like coming here, because whatever you want here is in your region. So you wouldn't even like to bother yourself. And then, as I said, the health sector is very, very crucial. And so since we've put in it upon ourselves to build more hospitals, then it should be resourced as well. It should be well resourced so that it will help these people. It will help deliver good treatment for patients. You know, sometimes I laugh when I hear people say that, oh, our doctors or our nurses are not capable enough. That is why we have people traveling out of the country for treatment and that. The truth is, I believe in our people. I believe that we have good nurses, we have good doctors that can give you the needed treatment. But what we are lacking has to do with the needed equipment that they will use in their duties. Can a doctor work without having all those equipment needed? No, it doesn't work that way. When you go to the hospital, when you go to the schools, they teach them with all this equipment how to use them. And so when you're done and then you find yourself in a community where they're lacking all those staffs, how do you expect this doctor to work how he's supposed to work? And that is why sometimes we see them to be incompetent. We see them not to do so well. But I can assure you that they are very good. They are very, very good. And I hope that this hospital will not only be limited to these 3 regions. It will cut across. Every region should have a regional hospital of higher standard. That no matter whatever that patient will get in Kolebu 37 Military Hospital, they should be in that hospital. Every treatment that a person will get when the person finds herself in a top hospital in Accra here should also be given out there in those regions and in those hospitals as well. So with this initiative, it's a very, very good one. Trust me, we have a lot of people who are dying day in, day out. You have no idea the number of people who passed on because they don't have a well-resourced hospital. And even the ones they are managing it. And that is why a lot of nurses or doctors, when they are being transferred into some regions, they don't want to go. Not because they don't have the passion to treat the people, but they are putting a lot of things into consideration. Getting to the hospital, sometimes those hospitals do not even have quarters for these nurses. They don't have the needed equipment. And then how do you expect this person to work? How do you expect him or her to deliver? That would be very, very difficult. And recently, I heard the Minister of Health saying that they'll be deploying about 700 doctors to all the regions. Wherever they place you should be there, because Accra is congested. Accra is choked. Everybody wants to be in Accra. Everybody wants to work in this hospital. Everybody wants to work in that hospital. Forgetting that Northern region is also part of Ghana. So long as Accra is also part of Ghana, Northern region is part of Ghana, Volta is part of Ghana, Savannah is part of Ghana, Eastern is part of Ghana, Western is part of Ghana, Bono region is part of Ghana. So I think we should pay critical attention to countries who are well developed. If you look at countries that are well developed, they have regions, some have states. And they do that because they want development across all the states. And when all these states becomes developed, automatically the country also develops. But then I believe it's also a step by step. It's a process. And I'm sure we'll get there. If only we put the directives on board, we work towards it, and then we achieve it. And not just we stating it and then leaving it there. So with this particular initiative, it's very, very commendable. And trust me, the citizens will be very, very happy and excited if this vision materialize. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Grill.
Thank you so much for making time with Debbie's Grill. And thank you too for making time with us on the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We'll be coming up with the news shortly. And right after the news, we'll be coming up with the main discussion. Please stick and stay with us.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
This is Ghana Talks Radio, the best station rocking the nation. We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Welcome to the morning news update on Ghana Talks Radio. Coming up, Ghana to build new regional hospitals in Savannah, Oti, and the Western North. Government pledges support for children with cleft lip. Politicians urge to support Asantehini's Boku chieftaincy mediation effort. Minister for Education urges unity and tolerance ahead of this festive season. Government tackles deforestation and environmental degradation in the country. These and many more coming up shortly in business, sports, and showbiz. Health Minister Kwabena Mensah Akando has announced plans to construct new regional hospitals in Savannah, Oti, and Western North regions. In its revelation, the government has allocated 600 million for the project to enhance healthcare services in these areas. The new hospitals will provide improved medical facilities and services benefiting local communities. He affirmed the government's commitment to completing ongoing health facility projects, ensuring quality health care for all citizens.
You have a critical role.
We now have 16 regions.
GhanaTalks Radio.
6 out of the 16 regions have lived for the past 7 years without any regional hospital. His Excellency promised the good people of this country that he was going to construct 6 regional hospitals in regions where there are none. Fortunately enough, in 2026 budget, we are going to begin the construction of 3 regional hospitals, namely the Savannah region, the OT region, and the Western North region. And some 600 million Ghana cedis has been allocated to that effect. So when I say this budget is health-centered, I mean it, and I know exactly what I'm talking about. In as much as we are constructing new district hospitals and new regional hospitals, His Excellency the President has again directed that no uncompleted health facility will be abandoned. We will continue to pursue La General Hospital, Confanoche Maternity Block, Sewia Regional Hospital, Agenda 111, and all other CHIPS compounds. Don't forget that every district is supposed to construct not less than 2 CHIPS every year, and that would add up to our numbers.
In related news, Deputy Health Minister Dr. Grace Ayensu Dankwa, Member of Parliament for Ketan, has reaffirmed the government's commitment to supporting children born with cleft lip. The minister highlighted the significance of addressing this congenital condition which affects children in the country. The government has initiated programs to provide medical care and support these children, ensuring they receive the necessary treatment. The Deputy Minister urged stakeholders to join efforts in creating awareness and promoting early interventions and improving the lives of children with cleft lip.
Fully support your effort. We rely on your expertise to lead the way. We look to this association to serve as the guiding force behind every national policy decisions. We need a robust national cleft registry. We cannot manage what we do not measure. We need to know where these children are born, how they are being followed up, and where the gaps in the systems are. We need to draft a national cleft care policy and mandate the multidisciplinary approach. We must look at how the National Health Insurance Scheme can better cover both surgery and non-surgical aspects of cleft care, such as orthodontics and speech rehabilitation, which are surprisingly seen as cosmetic or ancillary, but are in fact essential for the lives of these children. Finally, and perhaps most important, we must launch a national awareness campaign. We can have the best surgeons, the best facilities, but if a child is hidden in a room because of shame, our work is in vain.
Deputy General Secretary of the United Party has called on politicians to fully support the Santehin Otumfuo Seitu II in his mediation effort to resolve the Boku chieftaincy dispute. The Santehin is expected to deliver his final ruling on the long-standing at the Mansha Palace. The Boku chieftaincy dispute, which dates back to the pre-colonial era, has resulted in significant violence, loss of lives and property damage. The conflict is between the Mamprusi and the Kusarsi ethnic groups, with both sides claiming right to the Boku skin. Nana Yao Sapon's call comes amid heightened tensions and security measures at the Mansha Palace, where the Santehin's rule is expected to be announced. The Santehin's mediation efforts, which began in April 2025, have contributed to a period of relative calm in the Boku municipality. Residents and stakeholders are hopeful that the Santehin's final pronouncement will pave the way for reconciliation.
Omo ya frɛ wɔn nso so ne yɛbɛsrɛ wɔn sɛ ɛyɛ Ghana ɛne ɛka ho asɛm yi o wɔni baabi akɔ ɛyɛ ha ya yɛ man mu aya yɛ deɛ ni wɔn a nansi when you be by a woman call a friend and Cote d'Ivoire and Ivan Omugui. Omu said there be. Na say no more press omo beba. What he say? Inti bokofo ne omo majo. So omu be nya santi asie ni hu say. Bebia anya de se wukuru mu a. With that at the back of their minds. I think say ebema otumfo so edwuma no ai iza. Na omo hu say entokwa no ni o hyasie bia ekọ no oni akọ no onti kuro mu bio. Ana sa kuro no so ebo anase eto a onye akwali bia no wabọ ni bia wo ba say we si na yi bi won kan na kumasi bia na tamale bi obekọ akohye ho wa wudi bia wo boko wa wo ye tournament toneton wo wa wo maku school wa wo nye sika fo mu ma school akesia e wo kurufufuro so nye sika nko han dan fufuro una ho be kire and any town or village a fuel conflict near there. At the end of the day, we say that village now empty. What you say? Development beyond Koso. Here Koso Kromo. I was so much money to sign your money. You won't conform your home, they are conflict entrepreneurs. Only the NSA and Tokabeba, Hono Yanisika. Sure. I heard no bet no more Bobayadi. I heard not just dear conflict entrepreneurs omo business ne say nti na maybe na make me wie no me penyin bi a ye cause bi or no nya problem they be kind say security and peace consultants o metwa ye ho nyina ese no here ka tell say peace ne e ba na onya ni sika baby conflict ne ba ene ye be frɛ no say won ko ye adwuma ne ye ntwa ne ka nti no kura na da ho kura won tro nhyem na conflict no ya resolve what you say. But when you have somebody who have no interest in the area, I mean, me diane say asumdwe beba na kunu ayi leading the course now. Let's just say things will go well. Okay. Today we should give Otumfuo all our support. Okay. Because oye nipa baako. What you say? So when you your supporter, epeyedi. And from today, no, I was a man your phone jai kasa didi security consultant. Already as some no cry yen people are already throwing some elements of doubt.
Oh, okay.
What you say? All those social media things would have to stop. Okay. Open source or Yama Ghana. You ever sing your empire man? Na woman no say nimdie ni nyansa na wo hia so the be resolve no.
Member of Parliament for Tamale South, who doubles as the Minister for Education, has emphasized the need of preserving unity, peace and religious tolerance. His call comes as Ghana prepares to celebrate Christmas. Mr. Haruna Idrisu urged Ghanaians to use this occasion as opportunities to promote understanding, respect and peaceful coexistence.
To support teachers in ensuring and upholding discipline in our schools and at home. There is a raging debate in Ghana today on rights and religious practices in our various educational institutions. Let me use this opportunity to appeal to the leadership of the Church of Ghana and the leadership of the Muslim leadership of Ghana that let us preserve the unity, the peace, the religious coexistence and religious tolerance of our country. On my visit here, and noting and knowing that when you are in Kwao, you know that businesses and entrepreneurship, you are at its best and excellence. I'm leaving this town this afternoon with a strong message to President Mahama that I will seek his support and blessing to establish Ghana's first university for business innovation and entrepreneurship in this part of the country within the next 24 months.
The release of the 2025 WASSCE results has sparked an intense controversy, with lawyer Theophilus Jimegan alleging the success of the free senior high school system has been exaggerated. He claims the system's achievements have been artificially inflated amid declining performance in core mathematics, dropping to 48.73% from 66.86% in 2024, and social studies falling to 55.82% from 71.53% in 2024. Jimegan's comments highlight concern about the free senior high school system's effectiveness and the integrity of Ghana's education system. Meanwhile, the West African Examinations Council has attributed the decline to examination malpractice and inadequate preparation.
Prior to coming here, someone sent me a message that if you ever find yourself on TV this week, appeal to the teachers to help everybody without focusing too much on extra classes where not everybody will have the opportunity to attend, so that some people can equally be part of them. But you see, the baseline of all this is the fact that the free SHS and its success has largely been massaged. It has been massaged. It is true. I'm not talking about who did better, I'm talking about the fact that to see that the free SHS has been successful, there were arm twisting for good grades to come up. But if you look at it this particular year, WAEC has stepped up its own supervision roles. They sent their own supervisors to each center. And that has also resulted in some of these things that we're talking about. During the exams time, you saw the number of teachers who were arrested for carrying out mobile phones, who were trying to give answers to students, etc. Hitherto, that number wasn't that high. So they had been massaging over the years for some of these things. And today we are seeing the efforts that, the outcome that we are seeing today. Fast forward, we need to be thinking how to fix some of these things. I'm saying that there was arm twisting that, so that the grades will look good, and someone will hail the fact that we have performed very well with some of these things. Even these exams, we heard of demonstration in some of the schools that students felt entitled that they were not allowed to copy. Because their previous seniors were allowed to do that, and they were not being allowed because things have changed. So some of these things definitely will reflect. And again, I'm happy that you have a representative of WAEC. Unfortunately, I'm not the host. I would have asked some of those questions. Some of these things also call into question their own credibility. When you take these results, the results are not only to be used in Ghana. The results are used outside Ghana as well. And when everybody is reading some of these about the results that you are churning out, then it becomes a problem. So WAEC, even though they appear to be independent, they have not been really, really independent. And we urge WAEC that change your modus operandi.
The municipal chief executive of the Asankragua, Priscilla Yoke, has sounded an alarm on the devastating impact of deforestation, illegal mining, climate change, and poor land use on the environment. Speaking in Asankragua, Yoke pledged the government's commitment to restoring degraded lands and promoting eco-friendly practices. As part of the African Forest Landscape Restoration Initiative, Ghana aims to restore 2 million hectares of land by 2030. Government also calls on all stakeholders to join forces in protecting the environment and ensuring a sustainable future for agriculture.
This meeting is to acknowledge the pressing environmental challenges of the municipality and the best way of resolving them. We are familiar with the environmental challenges such as deforestation, poor land use, climate change, illegal mining, and low productivity experiencing now. This issue affects our farmers, the environment, and the future of our community. In order to address some of these challenges, government is rolling out a new policy titled responsible cooperative mining, aimed to eliminating illegal mining while boosting local economic development in the nation at large and in Wasam-Memphis West. Currently, Wasam-Memphis West Municipal Assembly is distributing 15,000 palm seedling, 15,000 coconut seedling for free of charge to farmers to improve their livelihood and also mitigate climate change. Free fertilizer distribution to farmers in order to increase their yield. That is why this project, the Wasam-Memphis Cocoa Landscape Initiative, is very important to us. We are grateful to prepare by nature, Solidarity, Yokoto, Ghana, IITAs, and Fariro Group and other supporters for their hard work. Today's workshop will help us understand the progress made in assessing cocoa sustainability. Also, the workshop will give us chance to share ideas to improve the plan for our landscape. As Municipal Assembly, we fully support this platform and we are also ready to work with all partners to protect our environment and improve the life of our people. I wish you a successful discussion.
In business, the Ghana Exim Bank, in collaboration with the Office of the President under the Presidential Initiative on Agribusiness and the Coconut Federation Ghana, has undertaken one of the largest field inspection tours across 10 major coconut growing regions. This visit follows barely 2 months after the distribution of 3,000 elite disease-resistant coconut seedlings to farmers. This national initiative, fully financed by the Ghana Exim Bank, forms a core pillar of the President's flagship program to plant 11 million coconut seedlings across 11 regions, firmly positioning Ghana as Africa's leading coconut producer and an emerging global supplier. The visionary leadership of President Mahama, the Chief of Staff, and the CEO and Board of the Ghana Exim Bank continues to drive the country's coconut transformation. As Ghana's official export development bank, GHASM has prioritized coconut as a high-value export crop capable of earning substantial foreign exchange, creating sustainable jobs, and strengthening rural economies. Coconut and coconut-derived products continue to command strong global demand. Coconut water is worth 5.73 billion, growing at 150% monthly. Coconut meat is also peaked to 5.19 billion, whilst coconut shell nut is 0.95 billion and core product is 0.64. Ghana is already leveraging these opportunities. In 2021, Ghana exported 41,326,637 kilograms of coconut worth 11.44 million. Ghana is now the world's 9th largest exporter of desiccated coconut, valued at 22 million, and the global coconut export market standing at 14.19 billion in 2023. During the Fruit Logistical 2025 exhibition in Berlin, one of the world's largest fresh produce trade shows, buyers from Europe, the Middle East, Latin American expressed strong interest in desiccated coconut, fresh mature nut, coconut oil, coconut charcoal, coconut water, and other coconut-based industrial raw materials. Buyers highlighted Ghana's competitive advantages in rich organic nature. This increase in demand underscores the urgency of expanding Ghana's coconut from 90,000 hectares to 135,000 hectares and raising annual production from 600,000 metric tons to 900,000 metric tons. The joint inspection team visited over 600 farms across 10 regions, observing strong seedling performance, proper field management, and higher farmer enthusiasm. The Vice President of the Coconut Federation, Kweku Boateng, said the level of care farmers are giving their seedlings is commendable. Coconut cultivation is now thriving in 11 of Ghana's 16 regions, involving thousands of farmers, processors, exporters, youth groups, and rural women entrepreneurs. The EXIM-funded project aimed to support 80,000 farmers nationwide, create over 15,000 direct jobs and 30,000 to 20,000 direct jobs, increase Ghana's export earnings, strengthen rural industrialization, and enhance Ghana's global competitiveness in the coconut market. To sports, Kumasi Asante Kotoko assistant head coach Prince Owusu says he is not disappointed with his team's draw against Mediama Sporting Club. Kotoko drew with Mediama after going down 2-0 in the first half. Peter Amidu Aqua and Samba O'Neill scored for Kotoko, scoring in the 92nd minute. The draw means that Kotoko have just a win in 6 league games in a run that include a 2-1 loss to lowly ranked Baseke Holy Stars. For Mediama head coach Ibrahim Tanko, losing a 2-goal lead was very painful, but Prince Owusu believes his boys showed a lot of fight to get the draw. Kotoko ranked 5th and show leaders Adriana Stars 23 points by 2 points. Former AC Milan midfielder Kevin Prince Boateng has retreated his decision to represent Ghana on the international football circuit than the country of his birth had a business feel to it. Boateng, who reportedly made a comment years ago that he chose to play for Ghana and not Germany with his head and not his heart, said in an interview with the Bonafide Sports he felt connected more to his German root than his Ghanaian root. Boateng played for Ghana at the 2010 and 2014 FIFA World Cups with contrasting fortunes as he starred in the 2010 edition and flamed out at the 2014 edition after falling out with team officials. In showbiz, Ghanaian actress Zandi Kamel has slammed the Ministry of Sports for appointing Kumewood actor Yao Dabo as grassroots football ambassador. Kamel questioned the decision, citing Dabo's past support for the opposing New Patriotic Party and alleged insult towards the current president, John Dramani Mahama. In her Facebook post, she said, Yao Dabo, who campaigned for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and insulted John Dramani Mahama, has been appointed as grassroots football ambassador. It's very painful. This move has sparked controversy, with some NDC members criticizing the appointment as a political favor. And that's how we end it for now on the morning news update. Do all to log on to all streaming platforms at GhanaTalks Radio for more news updates. I will be back with subsequent news bulletin later in the afternoon. Until that, do have a good morning.
GhanaTalks Radio, #1.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Every occasion demands the company of good music that fits the purpose. At GTR Sounds, We understand your need to create just the right atmosphere for your wedding or engagement, party, funeral, crusade, political campaign or rally, or just any other event, as well as executive and corporate functions. With our modern and high-quality spinning machines, mixers, microphones, and power amplifiers, binary speakers, and subs, we offer the highest of sound quality and music play at events and functions. At GTR Sounds, we have a team of seasoned and highly experienced sound engineers who understand just the right choice of music for your event. Locate our studios at Aponchi Hotel in Anya or call our numbers 054-8522-897 or 027-3363-973. You can also reach via our email sounds@GhanaTalksRadio.com. At GTR Sounds, we take care of your event.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1. Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Listen back to our previous shows by downloading our app from Apple Store and Play Store. We are GTR, Ghana Talks Radio. GhanaTalksRadio.com. Listen live. Listen live. Listen live.
I love. We love your station. It's great.
Listen here. Listen here. Listen here. Ghana Talks Radio. Ghana Talks Radio. Ghana Talks Radio.
Good morning to you once again. You are welcome to the second segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. And as you know it, on the second segment, we bring in knowledgeable guests who are going to delve into national issues, share their informed perspectives and opinions that matter to us and you as well every morning right here on the show. And I must say that this morning we are glad to have in the studio with us Mr. Emmanuel McCarthy, who is an MPP communications member. Good morning, Mr. McCarthy.
Good morning, madam.
How are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing well.
Right. Hope all is well.
Yes, please.
And hope it wasn't a challenge finding here.
Oh, no, not at all.
Not at all. Right. It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And happy new month to you as well.
All right, happy new month to you too.
Are you already feeling the Christmas vibe?
The Christmas vibe is not vibing.
Oh, why is it not vibing? Tell me more. Why is it not vibing? Why do you think it's not vibing?
You know,
what's happening?
It's too early. You know, we are just in the first week, and yeah, we are in the first week. So I'm just hoping maybe the upcoming week will be better. Because this first week, I don't see. The weather has not even changed. You.
Why every Christmas season the weather changes?
Yeah,
how does the weather look like?
Oh, it looks a little bit cloudy and there's like. You should understand that, right?
Oh, I see.
It's our show crowd. Like,
we are entering into the dry season. So the dry season, you know, normally is hot and it's very, very, very dry, and it comes with its own wahala. You have to be walking and have lip gloss or rub.
It's not easy
in your pocket or in your purse because you don't want to have cracked lips. But some people have already started feeling the Christmas vibe, like my sister here, Miss Debbie. For her, she says she started feeling it somewhere in October.
Wow.
Yeah, you can see that. Waiting tomatoes, baked beans, Because I say dollar number for nyama boy 4. Think of what ton nyama.
Miss there be any Christmas we minimum busia for your
Don't worry.
Wow, okay.
Yes, your name room so your country will be say I can take care of you, I can feed you.
Yes, I said, oh, but you can still say, don't worry. Your expenses are on me. So it's boldness and confidence.
Is it on paper or is it just
no.
a verbal thing? We have to put it on paper because now I don't trust anyone.
I'm not a politician.
You are not a politician.
I'll fulfill my promise.
You fulfill your promise. Say Johnny Day, Johnny Day, and your policy.
It still has to be on paper. So I will not be.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
You get me.
We will print a document.
Right. That's nice. That's nice.
Right. Oh, it's good to have you all here. Right, let's dive into the main issues. Right, but before we dive into the main issues, I don't know if you've seen in the news with regards to the petition that has been submitted to the president for the removal of the OSP and Jim Mensah and 2 of his deputies. Do you think it's high time those people leave office? Are we seeing their relevance at all?
Okay, I would say it's something. I don't know why they are putting that system into a political thing, because it shouldn't be political appointment or something, even though there has been back and forth from the former governance. You understand? So I don't think their petition should hold water or something. They should just ignore that one and continue with them. Whereas if they find any fault with them or working with them to become if they find any difficulties in working with them, I think the president has his own way of dealing with that issue. But when they petition like that, it looks as if somebody has an equal interest in whatever they are doing. So I think that one, they should hold onto that one first,
right,
before anything could be
so how would you rate these officers so far? Let's take the OSP first.
Okay, with the OSP,
are you satisfied with his work? Has he prosecuted anybody, as the name says, special prosecutor?
With the OSP,
you are not satisfied?
No,
yourself?
No,
why?
No.
What do you think he can do better?
Oh, I think he can do better on issues like this, with this criminology in the former governance. He can also work on how to, though with the new governance, how to cooperate with them so that they will work together. But you see, when it does that way, I think their petition is becoming a wiser no, because they feel he is not working as he's supposed to work. You get me? Yeah, because of his affiliation with the former governance.
So you think his office has been influenced?
Yes,
think?
Please. Yes, please. That's what I think.
That's what you think. So
Yes.
so what about Jim Mensah? How would you also rate him?
With Jim Mensah, if she was to be my family member, I'll just tell her to resign.
Why?
So that she wouldn't cause any problems for herself, because these people will not like you. They won't. That's a fact. We shouldn't.
But how can you just be there and someone will just not like you? Is it the personality or her office?
Oh, not her personality.
Okay.
I'm talking about the office.
The office.
She might be having friends with the other party and other stuff. Like she has people. You understand? But it's the office. They want their person to occupy that office, not you.
But should it be the case?
That shouldn't be. You see, in my first lesson, I told you that those things shouldn't be politicized. You understand? We are just doing everything as politics, and it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not giving us the Ghana we want. You understand? Yeah, it's not giving us the Ghana we want. So if it's so, I think she should rather resign than
to save herself drama.
To save herself than being pushed out.
Being pushed out.
A question mark there,
but someone can equally just be in the office and think that, oh, I'm doing everything in my power to, work diligently and be competent. But simply because this party is just not happy for the fact that this particular party brought me into that office show, they want to boot me out and then bring in their own person. Okay. So she equally also can't just be there and then just resign. But as he said, she can listen to her instincts and then just do what she thinks is right for her.
Sure.
Right. Ms. Debbie, what do you make of these petitions sent to the president for the removal of the OSP, Jane Mensah, and 2 of her deputies?
For someone to petition the president for your removal, it means they've detected something with your work and they want that to be addressed. And looking at the performance of the OSP and the EC, it's a no. If you tell me to rate them to be 0 out of 100, the OSP particularly, we've not seen, for me, I haven't seen anything he has done so far. No arrest. All we see of late has to do with briefing, and even that briefing has to do with when people started calling on the president for his dismissal. That was when we saw, constant briefing on what he's doing. So I feel like, yes, definitely they are going to leave office. It might not be this year. You
are positive?
Oh yes, I'm positive. It might not be this year, but maybe next year. In the
coming years.
I wouldn't be surprised if by next year the OSP doesn't hold its office or doesn't have the position again as an OSP, and also Jane Mensah.
But for Jane Mensah, how would you rate her work?
0.
Why? Hasn't she been fair?
Fair.
In terms of mobilizing and then conducting elections and then
which
all of that.
Which elections are you talking about? Oh. Is it the one that just ended or which one? We saw what happened. I don't pretend as if you didn't see
what are some of the things that
during
happened?
the 2024 election we heard, and then we saw that there were irregularities with collating of results and problems of pink sheet here and then, elections being reconducted in some constituencies, and this has to do with the job of the EC. As an EC, you have to ensure that all these things are done properly, they are done fairly. There shouldn't be any case where there will be irregularity somewhere, because you're supposed to ensure that. And the EC as a body, Jemens, as we know her, she can't do it alone. She has people she works with, and I'm not sure they just stand up and then they move to all polling stations or collation centers just to work. They have meetings, what to do. They ensure that this patient we are sending out there doesn't have any problem on it. I remember when the election was conducted, we went to we were supposed to report. So at Wager, there was a police station at Makati top, somewhere closer to, I think, was it the RC school, and then 2 centers. So let's say the pink sheet that was supposed to come to this center was given to another center at Fico's place, and then Fico's.
We encountered that problem. We know what you are talking about. You see, that wasn't the work of it was the returning officer who made that mistake. Yeah, the returning officer. He makes that mistake because most of the pin sheets were not given to the right people. So let's say if we have Makati A and Makati B, or let's say men's room motel, Makati A has been given to men's room motel. You understand?
But this is actually something that shouldn't be taken lightly.
Okay, so that's not Jane Mensah. If you are acquainting that to Jane Mensah,
no, but it's actually her body.
It is her body. That is what I said. That she doesn't
so she's the one
alone,
supposed to supervise
and
all
then
of these,
ensure that these things go to the right places and then into the right hands, and then ensure that they are secured. So if all this are happening, it is not Jane Mensah, but at the end of the day, whose name would they call? Jane Mensah.
Yeah, they are definitely going to call the EC
call
boss,
your name.
And it's her name that is actually attached.
Definitely, her name has been tainted.
But do you think that these irregularities are actually something concrete that it should amount to her being removed from office?
That is your work.
No.
Right. Let me hear from you.
No, because you see, one thing, the EC as a body does so many things. It's not only the elections, you understand, with registrations and new stuff, you understand. So looking at them, if you are only to concentrate on elections, to say her work is 0 done. I don't think that's the right process for them to petition the president.
Did you also see the time where she also delayed in declaring President Mahama as the president-elect?
Oh, she didn't delay.
Oh, are you sure?
No, she didn't delay.
She didn't delay.
No, she didn't. You know, previous elections, let's take 2020.
Okay.
Let's take that election. You see, there was a time there was no declaration. It was 3 days before she came to declare, because there were some irregularities at other polling stations. You understand? And even as at that time, Mama said he has won. They had a press conference.
Mama said it himself.
Yes.
He declared himself.
Yes.
Right.
That he has won. You understand? They had a press conference of which Esedun Ketia was there. They all said no. Since EC hasn't said anything and per their coalition, they know they've won. But Jane Mensah was still not. She wasn't even out. Remember, they went to the EC office, bent stars and other things. There were chaos there. You understand? But she still stood to her feet. Didn't declare anything until everything was collated before she came out to declare the winner. So I don't think their petition holds water. Mama should just sit down and look into it first and look at what she can do best and what she can do. If what she can do outweighs what she can do, then I don't think working with her will be positive. She can
she can
just move on.
Mr. B.
So yes, I'm not sure the president will just stand up and remove the EC. And as it stands now, we don't know what is included in the petition. It's not yet out for us to know. So you see, sometimes you cannot pretend to behave as if you don't know what is going on. You don't see what is going on. Don't forget that sometimes you go out and it feels like no one is watching you. They might not know you, but they know you. You go and come. Someone might know what you are doing. The way you conduct yourself actually tell people who you are. So with the EC, sometimes you don't need to know, but you can tell that this person is not competent enough. But with this case, the president will need to decide. Just like the CJ's own, they will have to go through, and it has to go through the right procedures, then we'll get to know. But then I wouldn't be surprised if these two people
are removed, are kicked off from office. All right, we'll be here and be waiting for the development of this particular petition. All right, another issue on board has to do with the 24-hour economy. I mean, critics. Okay, let me take it from this point. Before the NDC came into power, I mean, the 24-hour economy, let me say, was actually something they were big on when they were campaigning, that people should vote for them to come into power, that when they come into power, 24-hour economy, three shifts a day, and then all of that. And according to reports and to critics, they are saying that, these people, after you were making noise, I'm sorry for lack of better words, when they were making noise during their campaign, that when they come into power, they are going to bring 24-hour economy, and that initiative was actually to be better, to give job to people and reduce our unemployment rate right here in this country. We've been in this, they've been voted into power, and we are already in the 10th to 9th month, if I'm not mistaken. And
we are almost in a year now.
Almost in a year, right? And we haven't really seen anything. And people are saying that, when you came with us like 3 months, the 24-hour economy partial, then you start. But we are not seeing anything.
I really like what you just brought on board. Nanado brought this thing, free SHS. First 3 months in power,
it was already in existence.
We're doing it. 24-hour economy. How many jobs has Mahama created ever since he came? Within this 12 months, that is going to bring 24-hour economy.
I think he
at Makati, we had light out. Ejuma what rap? We had light out at Makati.
Not only Makati, please.
I think the light out was actually
was it announced?
How many seconds did that light take?
Makati, yes, too. I can copy people. Yes, too.
I said at Makati.
What part of Makati?
I said at benches. I have lights.
Benches.
Yes,
I have benches.
I have lights.
I know. Okay, then I don't. That one is lower Makati. I'm talking about we stay at Makati.
And it's still Makati. So whether it's lower or upper,
Lane,
it is still Makati,
right? It's around Mango Lane, that place, Makati benches, right?
You don't get to Mango Lane.
You don't get to benches.
Yes.
Benches. Okay.
And it's still Makati.
I'm talking about fine. That one is lower. Makati.
Okay, so part of Makati is not having lights.
Still not having lights.
Upper Makati were having lights because I didn't even get before the light was on. I was at what's the name? Makati Junction,
Yeah,
and the light was on.
I think the light was put out around 7:30.
Yes,
in the morning.
In the evening.
No. Oh no! I won't lie. I won't sit here and lie.
So you don't have light.
We still don't have light.
So where is this issue? Where is the issue stemming to?
Good. 24-hour economy, and there are lights out. How will you work with our lights? Are you going to import more generators or give contract to people to import more generators so that we can function the 24-hour economy? How are you going to do this?
Light out are actually something that is actually bound to happen.
Bound to happen.
Yes.
Without announcement, and you are
no,
cool
I don't think this is actually something that was planned that it would take place. Maybe it could be a technical hitches that happened that they had to just take the light out just like that. But
so that means they don't plan ahead. They just do what they like.
No, but even as human beings, sometimes you are going to Accra and you intend to take Accra. You get there and there are lots of people at the roadside and you have to pick a short till you get there. So these things I think are bound to happen. And this lighthouse wasn't something that took the whole day or maybe the whole night, that I think that it was something actually planned that they need to inform us. In as much as communication is very important, that when they are having issues with the light that they have to inform us. But I still think that these things are actually bound to happen, because anything can happen. The machine can just break down. Did you plan for it? No, you didn't plan for it. It's a machine. So it can equally just break down. That is what I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Miss Debbie, 24-hour economy. They say they are putting things in place. Don't you think it's been long overdue?
Well, I wanted to say something. So, like, you see, Mahama had been in power for how many months? Almost a year.
Almost a year. January will be a year.
Yes, we can't compare a year to 8 years in power.
No, not at all.
And then you say that maybe in a pace of 1 year, they were not able to create more jobs. And then in the pace of 8 years, how many jobs do they create? So Mahama is in power for almost a year now.
Almost a year.
And they've put across a lot of plans or initiative where they've purported to create millions of jobs. Which they've started. Wait, please.
Oh, we have a Jumera.
We have the initiative
that is also going to.
How effective is the Nkukon to me renting somebody's apartment or house?
Am I true?
No. You see, no.
Let me finish with her and then get back to you. That will make me being unfair, because she was very quiet when you were speaking. So let me.
But let me come in so that the listeners will know. Say how is
no.
So when she's done,
yes.
Then you are renting and you are talking about Nkukon. Madam, do you want to be sad?
Please,
no, be careful.
No, calm down. So they started with the Nkukon Kitinkiti project, a Jumaura, and then they've started. I mean, I've seen them going on, and I think this morning I saw news where they'll be giving out seedlings and also to farmers, to boost them and then make them work. Now you are saying that they've started what Nkukon Kitinkiti with somebody's. I said it's like someone started something and then you're going to complete it. Who did that more than your government? Were we not here when the MPP said that they are creating one district, one factory?
Oh yes, at Weja we have so many factories as we speak now. Oh, you see that
Calm
means
down.
No, madam. That means she has not been around for a long time at Weja.
I've been around.
Oh no.
So which factory is in Weja?
Then you mentioned it.
J. Baini.
Yeah.
Is it
existent even before this project came on board?
Good. J. Baini wasn't located here in Wejagbawe. Yes. When you are going to Kaswa, before choice, you see they are building there one district, one factory. Even we have a cement factory for that. You don't know. You don't know. Yes. So if you say one district, one factory has not been helpful, madam, then you don't know what you are saying.
No, I don't think she said it hasn't.
No, wait. Do you know what is the problem of this MPP communicators? Let's be sincere. You don't tell the truth. What they do is that, listen, one district, one factory. How many factories? Let's be sincere. This will never lie, okay? We can even research how many factories did the MPP build. The factories they built was in collaboration with other factories.
Madam,
it was a partnership.
It was a partnership.
But it's still a factory. It employs people.
So you don't say that you built it. It was something that existed.
Good.
And then you collaborated.
Maybe it was dying, and we just you say no.
It wasn't dying. Please wait. It wasn't dying.
How?
Let her finish making her points. Then you come in.
Yes, one district, one factory. My place. I've always been saying this, and I'll say it. My place is a place dominant with yam, cassava, and all that. And then the other side is same thing. And so they said they wanted to build a factory where gari. So gari is commonly coming from my place. Gari, yam.
What place is that?
If you go to like Oti region, if you're going to the Nkwanta, Dambai, all those areas, Paza, like all those areas is a dominant of yam, cassava, like produce, veggies. So they said they want to build a factory where they can house this produce and it wouldn't go waste. Okay, go and see whether they build something. And then when you get to Dambai, there was this processing factory which already processed, what's the name, like was plastics. Okay, so they recycle plastics into say chairs and other use. It has already been in existence. When MPP came on board, they went to collaborate with that factory, and then they named it one district, one factory. That if you said that you didn't build it, it's a collabo, so you don't add it to what you've made.
But
so
it's still part of it.
No, be sincere. Say that this is what
you
built.
See, she doesn't really know.
I
can vividly give you.
It is not. You've collaborated with it, and then you are working with it. That doesn't mean say, well now, you might say you hold a share, because if I have a business and you're collaborating with me, automatically it's like you hold a share in what I'm doing.
But can be
collaboration. What is collaboration?
Two or more parties coming together to achieve a common goal.
With expansion, when you collaborate, you expand. That means you are going to bring more people on board.
Alright, calm down. One at a time.
The reason I'm saying is that doesn't mean that you brought it on board, because even with the one that they've collaborated with,
Madam,
big
point.
So
can
you tell us? I've forgotten one. I think the other time. The other time, Omari and I was discussing it here. I've forgotten. I think on the part 2.
Is it a Kunfi?
I'm sure.
My Kunfi is every juice is still in the system. A lot of them. When you even get to men's, they have their distribution point there.
Let's be
sincere. When you get to Temamoto Way, you see them there.
Let's be sincere and not put out false information.
No, there's no false information here. See,
with the people.
One day, one factory project. I have all the list here. Ashanti region. We have 43 there.
Hello. You did 43. How many people were you able to employ? The 43 you did, is it something you built by your own? For 8 good years, that is what you did.
Okay.
Or you collaborated with someone
project.
and then you put it on yourself that is what you do.
Right.
Please, let's state facts very clearly. Thank you very much, madam.
What do you want to say, Mr. McCarthy?
Good. All I wanted to tell is sometimes you need to relax and get more facts before saying something you know nothing about.
Okay.
One district, one factory has helped Ghana so much. We have been able to employ so many people. Let's take, for instance, Ashanti region. We did 45.
45 one district, one factory.
You see, as you were saying, most of them were collaborations.
And what do you by any chance know what exactly
Madam,
they do?
I'll break it down for you. Just
I should be calm.
Yeah, be calm. Bono, we did 12. Bono East 11. Ahafo. I can go on so on and so on. Even in Greater Accra, we had about more than 200. Some were, other parts were collaborations. To collaborate with people.
So you accept that you collaborated with some of these factories?
There's no way I'll lie about that one.
Right.
Then even in Accra, how many lands do we have to even build a modern, an ultra modern factory? You understand? We don't have vast land here, and accommodation and stuff have taken most part of the land. So with collaboration, we can see a young man doing something. If we are able to push him with some amount of money, he can at least expand and employ someone to help. You understand? So if you talk about collaboration, I'm with her on that one.
Right.
But with one district, one factory, Akufo-Addo government did so well. We did so well in helping improve unemployment. How many times has this unemployment use gone on this thing again. They did it once, and after that we introduced this factor. That was when it decreased the unemployment rate. So when we come to voter like this, we had about 20. With this processing of cassava and stuff, we still have that factory there, of which many are employed and are working. Yes. Talking about all this, our governance has passed. You promised us 24 hours. We are still here. When is the 24 hours working? When is it working? Right. Madam, you are staying in someone's house. Let's say a 2-bedroom or a chamber or self-contained. You are going to bring a to disturb me as your landlord. Madam, I'll sack you. And even send you to rent control. For disturbing me.
Right.
So that will not work for Greater Accra. And it will not work for anywhere. Because it will not help anybody. You can't be in my house and be bringing madam, there's no way I will entertain you. You understand?
So for you think the will not help?
It will not help.
So if you were to be in your own house and then someone was to bring
madam, my neighbor can report me that I'm disturbing with my small checks.
No, not necessarily it being in your house, but you can actually create events for these fowls as well. Don't you think? Madam, that is going to generate income for you yourself. And assuming right now that we are saying that, oh, there are no jobs, and then the president has been, kind enough to bring up this initiative and say that, come and take their files. Afterwards, this is what is required of you. Don't you think that is actually something that is also keeping you busy and then helping you generate some sort of like
for
income?
A layman who has nothing, renting, you understand? How will this thing help that person? You say you want to create employment for a layman who is not having anything. Let's say only educational better background. You understand? There's small chicks you are talking about need proper care. How many people know about this veterinary doctors? Sometimes they need to come and look at them on how they will grow better. We have this thing. Chicken flu, that disease, right? When it comes, how will such a layman manage the chicks? They'll all die. What's production? Zero. So are you giving them only the chicks, or you are providing them with feeds and some a structure? Or you see, this thing need to be interpreted very, very well, because we don't understand. What is Mama trying to tell? For me personally, I don't understand the system of Dan Kokon Ketting. I don't understand.
Okay.
I don't understand.
That's fine if you don't understand.
Yes.
Mr.
Okay, so I think it wouldn't be so nice if you say that a person cannot come and sit and speak without fact. No one is sitting here and speaking without fact. We've experienced the NPP government, okay? We were not in abroad and then someone comes telling us stories. We saw what happened in this country. If you're claiming that you've created jobs and then you've employed people, how many people did you employ? Was it citizens of Ghana or it was ghosts you employed? Because if my memory serves me well, you said you've employed and created 2.6 million jobs. That was your vice president, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. He said they've created 2.6 million jobs. And even after he said that, I think one of the governments we've experienced with massive demonstration has to be with the last term of the MPP in government. We saw demonstrations upon demonstration. Why? Because people were saying that they were not being employed. And even if you are saying that this current government is in power and they are not employing people, they take after your government. They took after you. You waited to 4 months to election, and then you were employing people into the health sector without making allocation of funds for these people.
For them.
You didn't make any provisions for them, and then the government came on board. They are trying to fix the mess caused by your government first, because trust me, any government that comes in power,
she was very quiet when you were talking.
Any government that comes in power first ensure that whether it's MPP, whether it's NDC, if it's MPP that comes in power first, they fix the mess of the other government, and then they come in here,
they concentrate
on their policies. If it is NDC that comes into power first, they fix the mess of the MPP, and then they focus on their policies in the coming years.
But that means
if the NDC is in power right now for close to a year, and you're saying that you're not seeing anything, you have been in power for 8 years. And then what are you saying? What actually did you do? How many jobs did you create? How many people did you employ? No, I want to know how many people did you employ? Because if we will give opportunity to people to call here, we will hear people saying that if you are talking about unemployment, it was massive during the previous administration.
Oh, they are paid callers. They will not say the truth.
We will not say the truth.
No, they are paid callers.
Do we know them?
They are paid callers. No, it's not you that you know them. They are influence callers. They just give them the cities and they call and say anything they want.
That's one. We've been going out to report. We meet people. We talk to people. Let's be sincere. What do people say about unemployment? What do people say?
How will you know?
What do the Ghanaian people
just set aside to say
bad? No.
MPP. You see,
if a government is not good,
Mr. McCarthy,
you need to be
you need to
sincere.
tell her that it's not true.
Mr. McCarthy,
it's not true.
What is not true?
Most of the demonstrations were self-arranged demonstrations. Sami Jefu would just gather wee boys and send them around.
This country, were you not buying KNK at 10 cedis?
Hey, madam,
it's okay.
Even at McCarthy, where things are expensive,
$1 was too much.
Right.
But now, as my mama just took over,
government told
11 months, go and see.
We are sitting on gold, but we are hungry. Yet it's custom to accommodate.
Right.
And that time, a cedi to $1 was how much? Let's be sincere and stop using politics to cover things up.
Madam, we are not using politics to cover things out. If Mama is not doing well, you see, Mama is promising us an empty promise. 24-hour economy. By this time, it has to be.
How many years have the government been there? So you have been there for 8 years. What did you do?
We were cleaning our mess. We were cleaning our mess.
Give the person time to work.
We are cleaning. Mama created a whole lot of mess.
Mr. McCarthy, please.
Listen,
please.
Listen now.
Please.
If you bring
Listen.
no,
wait.
And you didn't do anything.
It's wrong.
Wait, listen to me.
Mama created a whole mess. I don't care. Cleaning all.
Right.
Which mess did Mama create?
See, please.
Which mess? No,
wait.
which mess did
Debbie,
Mama create?
listen to me.
Okay, boss.
We are all here to serve the people.
Right.
If you are talking and he's talking, how would they hear you?
You are right.
But
They won't hear
Debbie is not.
No, listen to me. Sometimes,
Me, I'm not being sincere.
wait, listen. Sometimes someone can come and sit here and say what they want to say. You just keep quiet, and even if you have to condole, you have to condole. And when that person is done, that is when you can also come in and say what you have to say. If you have to defend yourself, or if you don't agree to whatever the person is saying. But if you are speaking and then she's also speaking, we don't get to hear anything. So please, I'm begging you, moving forward, one at a time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And please be coming down.
Oh no, I'm very calm. Miss Debbie is my is my small sister, so I need to tell her something. You see, most at times
when it comes to politics, we don't have
sisters and brothers.
No, Baba, you see,
right, Debbie. We just address something.
Yes, I know, but
I'm not listening. I'm not taking that.
Okay.
Right,
Miss Debbie. So most at times when you are talking, I just want to keep quiet and listen to you. You are talking about Mama cleaning up the Kufado's mess. Oh, madam. Are you not in this country? Or you traveled? When a minister was sitting, an MP was sitting in his car saying unless he makes $1 million before she will leave politics.
And I believe that lady was even removed from office.
So, madam, when was placed where?
She was removed from office.
And was placed where?
She's not
she
even
took that money even before making that call. No, what just says scanning the data. Miss Debbie, let me tell you this. The mess Mama created, it took us 6 years to clean all those messes. The money, the things. You see, sometimes when we come on radio, we don't want to be talking about these things. But you see, it hurts a lot. Right. It hurts. Even with that is mess, we're able to bring the free education within 3 months. Yeah, when we came to power, those students who wrote BEC, upon their next entrance, it was free. They paid nothing. Nothing. Nobody paid anything. So when you come here and say because of the mess MPP, and we didn't even what mess did we create? As at now, Mama is the one enjoying the galamsey money, of which he is blaming us that we gave the license and other things to them, but he's not enjoying.
So you are saying your government is involved in galamsey?
Miss Debbie, I think you're being unfair. Miss Debbie,
you are saying the government.
I think you're being unfair. I think you're being unfair. Miss Debbie, I think you're being unfair.
Yes, you didn't understand. No. You didn't understand. I said Mama claim we gave license to those doing the galamsey, but he's not enjoying the license we gave them.
Right.
When he said we gave them the license that we want Ghanaians to sport the water so that you and I will be buying water from abroad. He is saying that too.
Okay.
But yes, too, even 1 year into government, you can't even declare state of emergency.
Okay. Thank you so much.
How wicked is? No, madam,
Thank
please.
you.
Just a minute.
For time's sake.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
Miss Debbie, I give you one minute to buttress.
Oh, it's 30 seconds you have to give. Well, my own is just 30 seconds.
No, please.
30 seconds.
Let's go. And it's risk now.
You are saying galamsey. That the galamsey you started, Mama is what?
I never said started.
That is what you.
So I'm putting off your microphone.
You said you are saying Mama is enjoying galamsey money, so automatically you are affirming that your government was involved in galamsey, and then you are saying that Mahama, the mess he called, it took you people 6 years.
6 years.
Which mess? No, let's be sincere. Which mess? When Mahama came into power, which mess did they cause? For me, I can't remember any mess. The only thing I remember was that they did great things. Mahama brought E-Block. Even the one he started, some were left in the bushes. How many were you able to complete? And then we live in a country where a government comes into power, they don't complete project because Webeka so MPP, Webeka say NDC, ni see me complete party and the and that is no good. We are not advising that. But if we are talking sincerely speaking, in the shoes of the Ghanaian people, if you are talking about a government that spend money on top of the taxpayer, is the MPP government, and I'm saying this with all boldness.
Right.
You spend the taxpayers' money, and you never even cared about the taxpayer.
Right.
Why am I saying this? To the extent that you brought e-levy,
right?
A whole e-levy.
Your time is
when we told you that the e-levy is not going to help, you pumped champagne, you cut cake on top, and now you're sitting here telling me that you took 6 years. You've been
right. And we are done with this issue. No, we're actually done with this issue.
8 years in a big mess. 8 years in a ditch.
Right.
That is where you left the Ghanaian people in a ditch.
If it wasn't that, Ghanaians would be suffering.
If not for NDC, we wouldn't even know that ghosts are being paid.
Right.
You wouldn't even know.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. See, it's okay. See, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
The whole world, Mama is known for ghost names.
Please.
Ghost name, Mama is known for ghost names.
Okay.
It is a government.
No.
Right.
You created that impression for us.
Thank you so much.
All right, okay, madam.
Thank you so much for the brief. Thank you. If I don't take care, you will beat me here.
Oh, madam, there's no way I'm going. But you see, one thing is,
no, we are done.
She has to.
See, listen,
we
are done
in the right way. She's throwing
no.
See,
we are done. Miss Debbie, please.
It's not
please.
The NDC governance has nothing good for us.
Thank you, please.
If not for this government, will you know that a whole employee be employed by a government paid every month is still taking NSS money?
This will be a topic. This will be a topic for another day. So as it stands now, time is already fast spent.
Witchcraft and wizardry.
All right.
What is it?
Madam, you are giving them. You see, when I come,
we are done. Right. Let's move on to our major news item. President Mahama pushes for decentralized controller and accountant general system to cut waste and payroll abuse. So President John Dramani Mahama is calling for major reforms within the controller and accountant general's department, arguing that Ghana's current highly centralized financial management structure contributes to payroll fraud, delays and waste across the public sector. He cited examples where nurses and other public workers who have resigned or abandoned their posts continued receiving salaries for months because of slow reporting processes. So due to that, he is bringing up a decentralized controller and accountant general system to control this waste and payroll abuse. What can you say to that? Do you think this will help us save millions of money? Because people have died. Still not needing what system ni money.
Madam, this thing Mama is trying to do, Mama is just trying to empower Tifri doing this thing.
Oh, are you sure? Tifri
Yes.
rather decentralizing it into separate and making it into smaller units.
Good. I understand. Separating into smaller units.
Into smaller units.
Yes. Who have control over there? That's the boss of that small unit, right?
Who is the boss?
The one who is being, let's say, with this organization, if you have about, let's say, thousands of them, and now we don't have any headquarters, you control your own affairs as a boss.
Yes.
You do your procurement, you do your financial transactions, everything, you do it just within this community, right? You have control over the money. You chooses what to do with the money. You understand? So what will be the GAC work now? The controller accountant general, what will be their work now?
They'll still be there, but this time around,
doing what?
They'll still be working as controller be paying government
so please,
workers.
Who reports the let's say the regional or the city owned to them?
I'm sure bosses will be there to supervise all of these.
Does it mean they are not doing their work well? Is Mama trying to tell us that for the past 25 years he now knows they are not doing their work well? So those who are dead, they don't know they are dead. Those who are not coming to work, they don't report, they don't sign in. There is no one to check that, right? Mama is telling us that.
And that is what he's saying.
That there is no one to check.
Because there is delay.
There is delay.
Yeah.
In
so
what?
because
Is it
why?
the process?
Because if you follow the public accounts committee, why would you wait for someone to leave office before you start making accounts or telling us how you use your money and then all of that, when that person is actually gone? Meaning that person gets to go scot free. But if it's decentralized, if maybe you'll be doing the checks and then reporting the audits and all of that monthly, that is going to put you on your toes. That is going to help you monitor and measure where are you falling short, if this person is no longer working here, if you have to. But this time around, the whole controller, like controller and accountant general is paying the whole government workers. That is just one body. So if it's decentralizing it, it's going to put them in smaller units and it's going to make reporting and the delay is going to cut down, don't you think?
No. One, there will be increase in inequality. Regions with wealthier, resources will always be developed than the other ones who have a little bit, less than resources. You understand? Should I explain more?
Yes.
If you don't understand.
I'm
so let's say Accra on its own, let's say Greater Accra on its own. We have other resources. Let's take Bungbungu Yonyo. If they are regional office or let's say municipal office, they are not making as much as let's say even Wejagbawe is making. How would they be able to pay their workers? How? Would they fall back to the government? I think I'll not tell Muhammad this because one, he needs to know it for himself. Why don't you make the process of payment and collections very, very unique than you decentralizing everything? You understand?
In what unique way do you think these people can be paid?
Actually, in what unique way?
Yes, as you
Why
mentioned.
don't we employ more people to look at those not coming to work, those not working effectively? Because I think there are other people who are looking up to that. You understand? If you have someone who is not coming to work or has abandoned his post for quite a long time, there need to be reports. There are this. Baumia brought this thing. This is something. Electronic way of communication. Everything is there. So why is Mama not using it and still falling back to the old analog system? Is Mama trying to send us back or what? I don't understand. I don't really understand, because if there is a system that reports everybody coming to work and somebody has abandoned his post, not sick or dead for a long time, why do you still pay the person if it has in queue in, or those up there are not doing their work? They are not checking on the system, what is going on at a particular time, or there are no regular visits to see how the place is being run. You understand? So Mama is trying to send us back, and I don't think there is any good thing that will come out from this thing. He's just trying to make people lazy and make bosses rich. His own colleagues, his own appointed administrators and staff. He just want to make them rich, because who will even check them? Or at the long run, will they render account to the CAG? No.
Right.
They'll be on their own, squandering the money, embezzlement, anyhow, left and right. This thing will not work, so he shouldn't even try, because if he does this, he's sending us back to the old system, and we don't want it that way. We are moving forward.
Okay, Miss Debbie, what can you say to this? Do you think it's a good call for the president to push such an agenda?
Yeah, for me it is a good one, so that these people can also have the means. Okay, they will now have, when it's being decentralized, the locals now have the authority to control the affairs of the community. Okay, they will now have to be doing the work of the Controller General itself. First it has to do with the Controller General department dispersing the money, doing it a sole body on its own. But when it's decentralized, it means that then every community will get its part, and then they will have to do it. And then you see, when it's happening like this, it's not as if the community are now going to gather money to pay their people or do the work. The government is going to ensure that what you need, you are going to get it to make your work so efficient.
In what form?
And another one I feel like we should do is, after it's being decentralized, this local community should undergo a form of training. A form of training for them to get the pros and the cons when it has to do with all the stuff. And also, it should be...
It's waste of money.
No, wait, listen to me.
No, it's true.
Mr. McCarthy, you are being unfair.
It should be it should be made in a way that will be very transparent. Okay, you see, one thing we lack as a country is supervision. If not for account and is it public accounts committee, the revelation they are making of late with the money of money.
You see,
Madam, Mr. Man,
with the revelation they are making of late with the way some thieves call politicians have embezzled our monies. When a politician steals money, they call it financial irregularity. But when a normal person steals money, we call them what? A thief. But I will call them thieves. When people that have been trusted into offices claim to be working for the people are stealing people's money, and then with that revelation we have seen, if there were to be strict supervision where the government gets to know what is going on, if there is a system that detects if someone is dead, automatically the name of the person is being blacklisted from that system, or it indicates to you in the office that this person is no more, or maybe this person, if not for this issue, I wouldn't even know that if you're on leave, you're not supposed to take money. But there have been instances where people have gone on leave and they still take money. They take money. And that is at the expense of
the taxpayers'
money.
You see, Mr. McCarthy.
We know that this happened during the other administration, the MPP administration. The revelation we got to know this
was
revelation
actually stemming from the previous administration.
From the previous administration. So it should tell you that we really have politicians that are thieves. That is number one we need to pay attention to.
Thieves in what concept?
Mr. McCarthy. No, she was very quiet. I made a point here that so when she's done, you can come in.
Don't worry. Thieves in the sense that they claim to be educated, wear coats, sit in air-conditioned offices, pretend to be working, representing the people and representing the government, but they are stealing money that are meant for projects, diverting into private accounts. Doesn't make sense.
Does she have any proof? You see, madam, when it happens this way and she has no proof.
Money that is meant for work. Wahab, number one. Edu Boyen, number two. Owari Mensa, number three. Money that is meant for government work, you are diverting it into your own private account. And then we had people demonstrating, we are not being paid though. We are not. You see, I always say that if a government will fail, then it's around his appointees. See, no government is bad.
Madam, teachers are crying. No
government is bad, and no president comes on board with the intention of destroying a nation. But that only happens when you don't have the right people around you, when you have corrupt people around you who don't want to materialize your vision. So, how in the sense are we living in the country for 8 good years with such crime? This is an abominable crime all going on, and then we had no idea. So there should be a system. We are living in a technological world. We've been learning. So there should be a system that would detect all these people. If someone is dead, there is a tick. The person is out. If this person is going through there is a tick. Then automatically the person's name has been taken out from the system. The person's name has been taken out from the payroll system. Then we can prevent all this. So for me, the centralizing it is the best thing. But those people in the local level needs to go through training, strict supervision, and there should be a digital system that will monitor others. You can be in your office wherever you are, but you should be able to know what is going on in other places, other regions, offices. Yes,
Right.
very necessary.
Mr. McCarthy, you mentioned that Dr. Baumia brought this
Digitalization.
So why didn't you use it during your term to
Madam,
prevent all these issues?
We're using it. I don't know why Mama has abandoned it. So
No,
it's true because
but
let
me say something. According to the Public Accounts Committee, someone was actually being paid. A public servant, let me put it that way, was actually being paid for 26 months. 26 months. How much? How many years is that? That's 2 years and 4 months. And that was during your time. And then you mentioned that Dr. Baumia brought about e-commerce, e-commerce and e-communication. Why didn't you utilize all of these to prevent this payroll and all of that? All of these
has
problems
been in the system so long. I don't know why
For how
Mama
long?
is trying to dodge it.
No,
we
for
came
how
to
long
meet
has it been?
digitalization.
Because you have been in power for 8 years.
Good. We've been in power.
And all of this happened during the term of the NPP.
NDC is not trying to say the truth about these things. I don't want to go so hard on them as Madam is using thief. You see, she can be sued for saying that, but I will not allow that because I see.
Oh, she didn't mention anybody's name.
She is my junior sister.
No, she didn't mention anybody's name, so I don't think she can be taking.
You see, one thing I want to talk about this thing. She spoke about people being trained. We have the digital system.
But the digital system also need people to prompt it to do what just as we have ChatGPT that we want ChatGPT to produce something, you as the human being have to tell ChatGPT do this before it does it. The machine is not just there to just work.
I understand.
Right.
But you see, there are programs and softwares on the machine that are being used to work. You understand? So for we ignoring this training of people and other stuff, we have people already working in the system with this digitalization thing. It's just that Mama is refusing to boost the system.
How is
Mama wants to feel lazy in a chair.
How is he going to
decentralize everything onto people, and he will just be sitting down, be looking at people?
But is it the responsibility of the president to be doing this?
No, I never said that.
From what you are saying, that is how it actually sounds.
No, I never said that he has to be coming on the grounds to work. Madam, most of the things need to be done up there. You understand? When things are not done in that manner, that's why we have this thing. Theory, let's say Maslow's theory is a different theory altogether. We have the executives, you understand, and it boils down to the layman or to the worker. Certain informations are to be kept up there. Do you get what I'm trying to tell you? So with this thing that Madam was saying, we can't come down again. Have you placed in question the amount of money being used to train all these people?
But don't you think that one is rather better than you losing the money
Better in what way?
In somebody's pocket.
In whose pocket? No. You see, when these digitalization systems are being placed well, there is no need for us to decentralize everything. There is no need. There is no need, because listen, we are now coming to create a committee to go and train each region, their capital, district directors. Madam, look at the breakdown. Have you even considered time? As at now, Mama, can 2 years, 6 months, and then you see it's out of power. How many years are you going to do this? When is the coming? When is the 24-hour? You see, let's consider every factor in this before we move forward to do something. When we consider time, the money involved. What about if you are not able to do it, and we come and we still want to do the digitalization system? We want to proper it. Does it mean you've wasted our money and our time? Now, do you think the country is for only you guys? No.
So what better reforms do you think can be put in place to solve all of this?
Okay, one is to boost the system of digitalization, replace worn out machines at stations. You understand? Maybe the laptop they are using are not well, equipped or something. So they need to replace them, get fewer people to train those involved, the managers, the supervisors, the administrators. They all need to be trained. They need to get down to the people. If it's a nursing school or let's say Akawe like this, Akawe is my place. If anybody is there, they queue in. They have this thing, a queuing system for those who are on leave, their time of leave. You see, when proper initiatives are being put in place, all this training and other stuff won't be needed. It won't be needed. It's a waste of time, waste of energy, waste of years, waste of days. There's no serious government that will come out with this training and wasting of resources, whereas we have scarce resources. As we are going to December, go and see a lot of beggars on the road. Nobody is working, no employment. Teachers are crying, nurses are crying. They are not being paid. You are going to waste money to train people who already has the knowledge. Just little things that you do just to improve the system. You just want to waste money, train people. I don't know the kind of caliber Mahama is carrying with this decentralization system. I don't know.
Right.
It's just a waste of time. I don't think we should visit that one again. Let's move forward.
We are wrapping up with this particular topic. What are your last words?
Oh, my last words. I think before I go, that with all humility, we are here to tell the people the truth and not to disrespect anybody, regardless of whatever we are saying here. Right. So, to what you said, to summarize everything, I still stand on my grounds that decentralizing the system is going to help us a lot. Looking at the mess this current administration have acquired so far, they'll have to go through a lot of process to ensure that the whole system is being cleared. Take out all the rubbishes and then ensure that the system is neat enough to work. And so to decentralize is the best thing, and I wish them the best, and I hope it works. Yes, that is what I'm saying, that it will be very, very, very important if there is a system, okay? Because we always preach about digitalization in Ghana, but I feel like we are overcopying people. We are not copying the right side. We are overcopying it and we are adding politics to it, and that is why we don't succeed in anything we do. So to succeed, I feel like we should digitalize the system. That is what I'm saying. See, when you digitalize the system, I know you like watching white movies, you can be in your room and be watching what is going on there, whether the people are doing the right thing or not, So there should be a system like that. Even if you can't see, the system should be made in an automatic way that immediately someone is no more, it flashes your name out.
Right.
The money is needed. There are a lot of projects that needs to be completed. A lot of projects that needs to be completed. Schools, we still have students learning under trees, sleeping on floor to study, and this is because of the recklessness of some people we call politicians. And so we are pleading. Because taxpayers' money is your money. Forget about politics.
My money, your money,
so
all of us, our money is being paid to a government worker when you know that person is not working.
I like the way she said if the digital system
is very sad.
We have already given you people the digital system.
What digital system?
So just
you get the digital system, but
we have the system in place. We have the system in place.
You couldn't detect.
We brought the system and we did everything. So you should people, your chronics have come to destroy everything. But as we speak now, NHIS system is not working.
It started from your period. It started from your government.
All right.
It started from your government.
And they are not digitalization
about
it. You understand?
It doesn't make sense. All right. You brought digitalization.
We brought.
Your own people.
Use it. We don't want people to train anybody.
Could not tell you that your own people are stealing the money to put them out. Then there is a problem.
Nobody has stolen anybody's money.
Okay.
Nobody.
Madam,
nobody. You see, we have worked very diligently for a better Ghana.
That's fine. That's fine.
You understand?
That is a big lie.
We have the pit of hell. People should use it. Stop blaming people.
They'll use it.
Oh, you use it.
It's a big lie from the pit of hell, and you need to be sincere.
Don't
will help.
They'll use it.
The system is very,
Thank you. It's like you people, you didn't listen to what I said, so I'm going to put off the microphones when you're ready to talk. When I will allow you to talk, I'll tell. No, yes.
When she's playing out like, I have to.
What you're saying is just here.
You don't say that.
What you're saying is.
I'm not
it's just here. Oh no.
Listen.
I am not spilling out.
No.
You should rather say the truth. And I've noticed this a lot. You don't speak the truth.
I like her confidence when speaking out loud.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
That is a wrong thing to do. So please.
All right, be calming down. Let's move on. The second story has to do with asset declaration, and this is coming from IMF. This is what they've actually observed, which they think, in their opinion, is not going to help us as a country. So, Ghana's asset declaration framework incomplete and ineffective in fighting corruption. So the International Monetary Fund, IMF, has raised serious concerns about Ghana's asset declaration system, describing it as incomplete and ineffective despite a strong constitutional foundation. In its latest governance diagnostic assessment, the IMF says the current regime does not adequately prevent corruption or detect illicit wealth among public officials. So Ghana's asset declaration framework is grounded in Article 286 of the 1992 Constitution at 550. Which requires a wide range of public officers, including the president, ministers, MPs, judges, and heads of institutions, to declare their assets at the start and end of their tenure and at certain intervals while in office. The law covers assets such as land, buildings, vehicles, bank balances, jewelry, security, and any property in which an officer has a beneficial interest. In principle, this should make it easier to identify unexplained wealth or corruption. But the IMF says the system fails in practice because of major structural gaps. And one key weakness is that Ghana does not require officials to declare assets held in names of spouses, children, or close relative. The fund wants that the loophole makes it easy for public officers to hide wealth from by transferring it to their family members. That means that you only get to declare your assets. That means it makes it easier for you to even transfer those wealth to your spouses, your wife, or to any other family member, and that is actually a loophole. And then they also mentioned verification is also another major problem. Once you send it to the auditor general, once you send it to the auditor general, they don't even get to open the envelope to see the document you have presented and even fact check if indeed what document you've brought is actually owned by you. So this is what IMF is saying, and it makes it difficult to fight corruption, because you say I should declare my assets, I declare it, and then you don't verify. Then what is the essence of declaring my assets? Let me hear from you, Mr. McCarthy.
Okay. You see, one thing about this declaration of assets, it takes a whole lot of time to know one's person assets. You understand? Even with family benefits need to be declared. Do you get me? Yes. So IMF saying this is a big issue and a big warning to this current governance, because as at now, all the public servants and administrators who have been appointed and stuff, I didn't hear anybody declaring the assets. So it will make it very, very possible for this.
Hey, are you sure you didn't hear anybody?
Oh no. Personally, you are not me, I'm not you. So if I say I've not heard anyone declaring their assets, I've been watching their interviews and stuff on there. Maybe when they are asking them about that, I might not be listening. That's my own opinion. You understand? Maybe I might not be listening, or I don't even give ears to that. I've not heard anyone as it stands now, and even I have not heard Mohammed's own too. I can't say that because I haven't heard it.
You didn't see the pictures of him presenting his
Please,
assets.
I've not. It's me. I've not seen it.
Okay.
You understand? I've not. And even after office, how well can I go chasing him about knowing what he has acquired with the others he declared? That I don't have that time. So you understand? There has to be people that will be going around to these people declaring, like, knowing what they have first before they are even being interrogated or being given appointment. As at now, most of the appointees, we don't know their assets, we don't know their family inheritance, or we don't know.
Okay, so taking politics out of this, what do you make of it? Do you think it's ineffective and incomplete for the fact that you declare your assets and then it can't be verified? The law doesn't allow you to verify if indeed what you've actually presented is true or false.
Okay, is it the law that doesn't help you to verify, or the people?
Is the law?
Is the law?
Yes, it's the law.
Why is the law not helping them to verify?
Because it's stated in the constitution that for the sake of privacy, you wouldn't be able to verify if indeed whatever the person has presented is true or not. Miss Debbie, can you help me find that article?
I think it's 1998.
Yeah, 1992.
At
yeah,
550 something.
Yeah,
So
let's go ahead. She'll find it.
With that one, I must say it's wrong, and it's very, very ineffective, because you are about to serve the public. It's not a personal thing you are doing. You are serving a whole lot of people, so they need to know whatever you own, so that there will not be any embezzlement now, so that if there is anything that is said about you which is not true, we can boldly come out and support you. But if right now we don't know your assets, we don't know anything, you are not being verified whether what you wrote is true or not, and right now you've acquired more, or you are even selling less, how will we know? We can't know. So the system should help so that we can verify them, know what they have, so that as much as times moves on and they are working, if there is any changes or something, we will all know, we will all come out to come and say, oh, he gave us this, but now this is what we are seeing. You understand? And it's in the system. And you know, books doesn't lie, or the internet will never lie. Since it's a verification thing, I think our digitalization comes in, because it will be kept in the archives, so that every time we want to visit it, we will visit the whole. That's what Miss Debbie told us, that she has this, she has one phone, a laptop, and an earring. Now she's having a car. That means she has stolen from us. We need to verify all that. Thank you very much.
Miss Debbie, did you find it?
Yeah, I think that has to do with Article 284, Clause 5.
Yeah. Can you read it first?
It says that a person who holds a public office of this article shall submit to the Auditor General a written declaration of all his properties, assets and liabilities, and of those of his spouse and unmarried children under the age of 21 years, and the Auditor General shall not disclose to any person any information received from such persons under this article, except where required by law or by a court of law.
So the law doesn't even allow you
Yes, it doesn't allow that. So I think with this, it is only to the Auditor General. The Auditor General has the sole responsibility to know what is in there, but it has to be confidential.
You don't have to disclose it to anybody.
You don't disclose it to anybody.
So whereas the Auditor General passes on, who has the information?
That is the law. That is what the law is saying. So nobody gets to change it unless the constitution is amended.
And so we need to amend our constitution based on this one, because it is very, very helpful, not to only the public servant, but to the country as a whole. We need to amend this constitution so that it will help us in one way or the other. So that that's very, very positive.
Right, Miss Debbie.
Yeah, so declaring an asset is very needed, and I think this was brought on board basically just to bring an end to corruption, but in a way where you declare an asset and then don't go to know what is being stated in there. We don't know, maybe before you came into power you were having 10 houses, a vehicle, and say maybe 2 properties abroad. So if we know that is what you have, and after your 4th term you get to realize that like one man who has houses in all the regions in Ghana here, who has built 12 houses in all the regions of Ghana. Such a person, you don't even need the angels of God to descend and tell you that you're a thief. You get it? So with this kind of people, imagine you declare your assets, they get to know. Maybe you want it to be confidential, not to the people. You know, the other time we made mention that maybe for privacy's sake or to prevent other people from intruding into your private life or your properties and stuff. Not only the auditor general, but we can get people who are trusted. As it stands now, nobody's to be trusted, but at least we should get people who are trusted, and those people should be free from corruption. It's not a way where after 4 terms we know that you have 3 houses in all regions, 50 houses abroad.
You have to wait for 4 years.
4 years before you got that. Like, how did you get it? What hard work? What hard work, Mr. Man? What's hard work? Where did you get that money? How did you get it? Because before you started, you were taking this. It's the government that is paying you.
I even feel like
know what you take a month.
I even feel like the check should even be done every year. Once every year,
it shouldn't be something.
You declare your assets. What have you acquired again?
Simple. Because with that, we can actually stop this politics. Do you know why we are not developed? It's because of these politicians. They are our main headache. A country that is not moving forward. If you see a country that is not moving forward, check their politicians.
Very quiet.
Check their politicians. A country that is not moving forward, check their politicians. Especially politicians who are only concerned about their tummy and their family, not about the people. If you see a country that is moving forward, the politicians are thinking about the people. See, it is only in Ghana that when you give a mandate to a person to lead you, you don't become a leader and then the person become a servant. But on a normal basis, it should be this way. When I give you the power, I should be the leader, you should be the servant. Because I've given you the power, you should serve me, not me serving you. But that is not what we see. Immediately they gain opportunity, they steal the money, they fly their children abroad, they buy properties abroad, and then they divert the money into. If you don't, one yes can how. And so then it means somewhere we are so simple. So you get it. The reason why you are retaliating to what I'm saying is because you know that you stole money. So then why? It's not so since you didn't steal the money, if I'm saying politicians steals money and you know you don't steal money, and the politicians they don't also steal money, then it should be tamed, right? Simple. So back to business.
Your time is almost up.
Oh, madam.
It's almost up.
So please, the declaration of the asset is very, very necessary. The sole goal is to stop corruption. Is to prevent corruption.
And this is actually joining us back from
very, very
fighting
needed.
corruption.
Very, very needed.
It's all good. It's all good when my little sister says to fight corruption.
Please, her name is Miss Debbie.
When we come to a show like this and we are talking, we have nothing like little sister and big brother.
You see,
we are talking to the truth.
I like the way she sometimes.
I won't keep quiet for you to deceive the people because I know the people knows the truth themselves. Thank you very much.
She's so confident when saying things that are not true, but with this one that she just said, we are all here to.
You actually made a statement here that I want to draw your attention to. That I am not you, neither are you me. Yes. If I've seen it and I tell you that I've not seen it, don't force me to. So don't also force her.
Oh no, you said the name again is Miss Debbie.
Miss Debbie.
Oh, Miss Debbie. Okay,
so
my little sister. You see.
So just as you mentioned, I think it should also follow suit.
No problem.
So don't call her a liar.
Oh no, I'll never say that. But sometimes,
sometimes for her sake of her credibility, don't call her a liar.
You're talking about people who are liars. It should be your people.
Miss Debbie, you see, you're also saying the same thing. Okay, so Miss Debbie, you don't
okay, ends here then.
Okay, Miss Debbie, it's very, very good that you said we are all here to fight corruption. A corrupt nation is an undeveloped nation. It can be developed, so it's very, very good. Declaration of assets are very, very unique, and it helps the country grow in so many ways. I think with that one, I'm at the same verge with you. But sometimes, for security reasons, for security reasons. Others they don't like to be exposed or something. And you're like, they should be checked every year.
Yeah, every year.
You see, politicians, some of them, they are businessmen.
Be aware.
Yes, and they can't be checked every year.
Why?
They make money out of other places, and they buy what they want to buy out of other places.
So if it's coming from an honest place, why should you have a problem you being checked?
It's not whether honest or illegal. That one is not much of our problem. We have the Iyoko and other people to check that stuff. That's not our problems. You understand?
But before you be appointed into office, you need to declare your assets. I hope you are aware of that.
No, for that one, I'm okay. And I said, with this current government, I've not heard any public servant declaring their assets. I mean,
okay, well, I have seen them.
You have seen them.
I've seen videos. I've seen pictures. We actually reported on that.
Oh, okay. So please, after they are out, which is coming 2028, they will be out of governance. Please do well and bring back. Just show me pictures of the same asset they have acquired, or if they acquired more, tell me the
I
source.
think you are not getting me. We don't get to see their assets, not even the president, but just the attorney, just the auditor general.
Oh, okay.
So you and
you said you have seen some. You have seen
we've
pictures.
seen them presented, but we don't know what is in the envelope,
details.
Right? So as to whether they bought a new goat, they did something. You and I, we don't know.
We don't know.
Good.
Okay.
And the auditor general, even if he knows, he doesn't have that right
to tell us
because it's known to just him. So that is what we are. IMF is saying that our law is actually flawed when it comes to asset declaration, and it's actually a challenge when it happens like that. You don't get to fight corruption. The person is leaving office, you don't get to check or even verify if indeed what you came into office with is what you are leaving with. How did you attain that? How did you get all of this? So I think the best way to sort out this issue is to amend the law for verification and tracking.
For the constitution, a lot of things needs to be
a lot. Yeah, with that being said, let's move on to our final news, our final story, and then we are out of here. So this has to do with the WASI performance of, you said, our brothers and sisters. So let me say that, of our brothers and sisters. And you can see that they have failed woefully. Woefully, yes. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it, because looking at the numbers that we've seen, it's very sad. That should tell you that like half of the students that sat for the exams are not going to be admitted into the university. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are not going to be admitted. You see, for the past years, I think 7 years down the lane, students have been performing with, like, you see, you get their results and you see, yes, these people are learning. But just recently, that power changed. Governance has changed.
How does it affect that?
Children has changed. Please, I'm on the floor, so allow me for a while. Children have changed. They can now come on TikTok whilst they are in school, be dancing and be saying a whole lot of things. See, proper checks are not being done for the past 11 months. Resources are at halt. Teachers are not being paid. A whole lot. That is not helping the performance of the SHS students. I think that's the main results they've just brought out, because how can about 40,000 plus have D7? How? Is it lack of amenities, or the teachers are being reluctant, or because they are not being paid, there is no incentives? Like, madam, how? I think last year results came, people passed. 5 people were given scholarship to England just to go and study because of their A1s. I can't remember, there is a boy at Adesso. They gave scholarship to go and study. I think the guy, I think he's in the 3rd year or something, to go and study because of performance. But just look at, just as power changed, what happened? Are the children not learning? is the education system broke down? Are resources not being given to them, or what is happening? For me, I blame the government. I blame this current governance because one,
for the cause of
the bad results.
Yes,
because if previous governance were there and children were performing, why is there a little swing of government and they are not performing?
So the previous governments, all of them passed.
But no, it's not, madam. If you say that, you are trying to tell me that every year there are we talk about percentages, not everybody. If 70% is doing well, the rest, that means they didn't learn. Because even in class, when you are a teacher and 80% of your students are performing, that means the 20%, it's either they are being lackadaisical, or they don't want to learn, or education is not their thing. It's not everybody that want to do education. And you'll be an person be an accountant. Let me go the local way so that most of our listeners will understand. And you'll be an person obey your friend is an accountant, bank manager, lawyer, and I say baby. Ebi mo di any carpentry, mason, like what I say. You be an person obey engineer. Engineer and bet mark pay juma. No befa common mason. No also for laborers. No new my juma. You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Yes.
So if it happens that way, if the previous governance amount for 80%, 80 mi chawasi, ne, omutimi jina phone so. Eka what the fuck at them. Meaning if there is no proper checks, was school more and then enquire more SHS. Use phones are use bida. But they are still in the boarding house. Madam, what time did you complete SHS? I just want to it's been a while, right?
Yes.
A decade, right?
Not a decade.
Not a decade.
But I'm not a beneficiary of free SHS.
Good. I completed 2013. There is no way you can even send a young phone to school, because there will be checks unaware.
So are you trying to say that there are no longer checks in our schools?
Yes. I completed Koforidua Senior High. I was a prep prefect. We do random checks, even with day students. More honor ya Bob Bell, Obiambra Assembly Hall. With no bags. Ye check it Obia bags. The teachers are with us. As at 2012, we did this same check. We had about 233 phones, young phones. Others were Android, and it was seized. You understand? But right now, what do we see? No proper checks. Even as at that time, people were still failing. About few people, those who were stubborn and arrogant, who didn't want to listen to teachers, they will not write them pass.
Right, Miss Devi. Do you agree that there are no longer checks?
Oh yes, and we all know there are no longer checks.
And would you also agree that it's because of change of government? That's why the students are not performing well.
Change of government.
That's what he said.
Well, in a way, yes, but not with this current administration, though.
Jesus.
With the previous when the previous administration.
Miss Debbie is not trying. You see.
I can't even hear you.
Express myself, please. Hey, please, I beg.
She was quiet.
When the previous administration.
No, but don't you think you are being unfair?
No,
because she was.
Want to be doing when she's talking.
Your correction can come later.
My little sister. So
you're not.
What's that, little sister?
To be correcting me, please.
Let me hear you.
Please take your time.
Let me hear you.
Yes. When the previous administration came, they banned the use of cane. They banned the use of, certain forms of corporal punishment. Yes, they took that off. And you see, those times when Mahama was, I'm not trying to politicize this whole issue, but
yes,
even from
I think it would be better if we don't.
From those times, from those eras, you realize that when you go to school, you can't even use phone. Okay, you cannot use phone in the classrooms. Like, teaching was very strict. Even when you come to school and you are late, even from the house, you are scared. Sometimes when you are late, you prefer sleeping in the house than going to school because you know the punishment that awaits you. And what betides you when you have a parents that are well educated? You can't even stay in the house. You have to go. They'll cane you. Next time when you come back home, you wake up early and ensure that you get to school on time. But now what do we see? Everything has changed. Why won't it change when you come to school 2 months and then you go home like 6 months?
You come back and then
what is that? By the time you come back, whatever has been taught you in class, it has vanished. My time, I'm also not a beneficiary of free senior high school. You know that every September you are going to senior high school because June, we write BEC in June. After June, you know that by 13th June, you are done with BEC. So you have the whole of July, August to prepare yourself for school, senior high school. And first term in senior high school start from September. So you know that every student know that when I complete BEC, September, I'm going to senior high school. And so parents take their time to prepare. Now, you don't even know the time you are going to school. You don't know the time you are coming back home. Now, BEC date, I think recently they've changed the date again. So you don't know the time you are going. You don't know the time you are coming. Now, education has become street lights. Red, go. Yellow, get ready. Red, stop. Yellow, get ready. Green, go. That is how it has become. Why would you show? Oh wait! Why would we see? Mr. Encyclopedia, please, I'm finished right now. Why would we see ourselves? But see, on a more serious note, students of late are no more serious with their studies, and I wouldn't blame the teachers. I can say on authority that some of these teachers are killing themselves to teach this student. But you see, you just take your phone right now and go to TikTok and see a senior student to tell you
product of free SHS.
This is the work of this current governors.
Which governance?
This is the work of
this started from.
I don't want to be biased, please. I want to
be biased. It started from your government.
No.
It started when free senior high school came.
No.
It started when free senior high schools.
As at now, because they are not being checked.
It
is this year that we recorded this.
It started from your period. Last year.
It's okay, Mr. McCarthy.
Please,
somewhere.
I just want to. People just want to listen to me. They are just text.
Please, I'll finish right now so that you come in. Okay, God bless you, Encyclopedia. Now, Miss SNM, last year we were here when we saw 2 students. After this free senior high school came, what we've been seeing and hearing and seeing, if your ward goes back to school, complete and come back home, kneel down and thank God. I know what I'm saying. How can you go to school, go and learn? You're going to debate on whose parent is rich. My dad is rich, your dad is not rich. And then you stab your fellow colleague. It was this free senior high school. This free senior high school, yeah. A student went to school with a gun. Who taught you that?
It's this year.
Who taught you that? Go to school with a gun. To the extent that you shot your Uber try Ghana classroom, you try Ghana now for
at least be a hunter.
Yes, go to the classroom. It started from free senior high school, Mr. Encyclopedia. Finish right now. It started from the.
Her time is almost out. Once she's done, then you come in.
I was interjecting, so please don't interject because SNCC so means me Floy. So.
Oh
wait! No wait! If you tell me that, I'm not going to.
You are wasting her time.
I won't sit here for you to bully me, Mr. Encyclopedia. So what I'm saying is that it started from this previous government. How can you go to school with a gun? No, who taught you that? It's not done. Now the discipline is no longer there. A teacher is even afraid to tell you that take your book and learn. A teacher is afraid to tell you that come to school at this time. You won't get it that way. At times it wasn't like school and you have to be going. I don't know whether you do that. You go and be tying ura because a teacher what is that? What we are saying is that we want the discipline back. Let the students know that, see, your future is in your own hands. Your parents are just trying their best to pay your fees. A time will come, they will no longer do what they are doing for you. You will need to pay your rent. You will need to feed yourself. You will need to stand firmly to support the family. So if you're messing up with your life, the teacher you're fighting with, he has already made it in life. You are not coming up. So if you think you're fighting a teacher, you will suffer. And as a parent too, please train your child in the way they should go. That when they grow, they won't depart from it. Train them, let them know. I know parents who go to school to even fight a teacher because the teacher is telling their child to behave in class. It's not right. When he becomes an armed robber, he will start from your house.
Of course.
When she becomes a prostitute,
she
will start from your house. So please, parents, caution your children. If you are giving them phone, monitor what they are watching on the phone. Monitor what they are studying. Not twerking. Because twerking will not give you employment in a Kokomo.
Just a nightclub.
It will give you employment in Kokomo. It will give you employment in CNN. It will give you employment in ADB. So please,
just a nightclub.
Just a nightclub. Also, please, we are begging you.
Your last words, Mr. Makati.
All right, for my last words, I need to just give shout out to my MP. That's Jerry Ahmed Shaib. Honorable Tina Nayeli Mensah. And one lady, Damonda, very, very, very good lady, and Honorable Pambo, and my wife, Nancy Okan. You see, with what she was saying, I'm very, very sad about what she was saying, that Free SHS has brought all these things. Madam, with all her examples she gave, it was this year that all that happened. You see, I will not argue with her. Free SHS have brought so many people into the system. But madam, if there are proper checks of the students, this thing wouldn't happen. Madam, Obi Iba school, Ofrifie Neba. We understand there are parents who are working just for their kids to be in school. It's a be or and you're not neighbor. You, the teacher that the student is coming to you, what have you done about it? In my SHS, Koforidia Senior High, every day at the gate, we check what people bring in and go out. Because I was a prefect, we devoted ourselves because we didn't want to experience anything that nobody has seen before. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? So if this current government should stand on their toe, check the students, all these things wouldn't happen. Right. It wouldn't happen.
Okay.
It wouldn't. I'm so sad about it. And teachers are complaining. Oma Yejuma, 12 good months, one paper. Won't they leave the students to fool? Madam, if you are working, let's be sincere. This one is.
If you are saying 12 good man, then it's from your people. It started from them being paid.
It was just last year that they were employed. 12 months, 1 year, 1 month pay. Won't they leave the students to do what they want to do? If they become vagabond, they will kill the president. It's not me.
Okay, we've heard you.
My final words.
Yes.
No, you are done.
No.
My final words. You said I'm done.
Thank you, Mr. Makati.
Thank you, ma. So. A government cannot come into power in 9 months, and then you're telling me that since they came into power and then indiscipline started. It started way back when the former president, His Excellency Anadodan Kwaku brought the Oman or Sanhinin Free Senior High School. It started during their time. So, giving out my shout out, you cannot come here and then sit and lie to the people. And then I know one thing, that the citizens, as it stands now, we are beginning to realize that we've been fooled for so long, and so we are coming out from that shelf. And so no matter what you say, at the end of the day, we the citizens will decide whether we are going to go this side or that side. So we throw it to the citizens themselves, whether they are going to go to the A side or the B side. But what we are saying is that discipline is key, because aside politics, if indiscipline becomes the hallmark for the country, it means 50 years to come, the whole country is in doom. Then we are going to have indisciplined people all around, and that is not going to be good for us as a country. Thank you very much for
Thank you so much, Miss Debbie. If indiscipline becomes the hallmark of the country, then it means you and I, we are doomed. Right. We had a very fantastic conversation right here on the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. Thank you, Miss Debbie, for joining in, and thank you, Mr. Makati, for the beautiful submission. You were a bit, I wouldn't say troublesome, but I've already said it. You wanted to bully Miss Debbie, but she stood for the people, and for the people and for herself. Thank you so much, our lovely audience, for doing the listening. We'll meet same time tomorrow, same time. Right. Do have a lovely day.